Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Black and Bold podcast. You're here with me, Leslie,
And your girl Brits.
and today we've got some special guests. So, would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
Yo, what's up, people? What's popping? It's Mayorski from the CMTU podcast. Who else do we have here in the studio?
Your boy Alfred Law and
Your favorite guy, Breezy. You already know what we do. Like.
Exactly.
Favorite.
There you go.
Favorite? Who said you're the favorite though? Why? Where is that coming from?
That's for the
That's-
favorite. Like
That's
everybody
what
knows,
I'm saying, isn't
he's
it?
the famous on favorite of CMTU. Like,
Nah, but yeah, are you favorite of everywhere? That's the real question.
oh, that's not what I said.
It's okay. It's okay.
This is for my
Just-
CMTU guys who are coming from CMTU to listen onto your podcast.
Okay,
They already
see.
know. Like,
Squad's
Okay.
already here. They're listening.
Okay. You've got some loyal people. You got
Yep.
some loyal people. Okay, so basically we wanted to start off with a little bit of what do you call them? Ice and a little bit of an icebreaker.
Yeah,
to,
and questions.
Settle it in. So the
Mhm.
main question, well, the first question is, what's you guys' best pickup lines?
Oh, long.
You have to
Aye.
be
Bruno.
sharp on the
nobody
spot.
uses a pickup line, bro.
Look
Look at the way you already looked at me. You already looked at me. Why you looking at me, like?
I don't know.
Look, yeah,
That's-
anybody who has sauce will never use a pickup line in their life. Like, who uses
Okay,
So
yeah,
then
let me
how,
put
do,
you-
how do you get a girl there?
Let
How
me
do you
put you
how do
on
you
game. No, let me put you on
Sauce
game.
to
Yeah.
them, like.
It's very, very situational. I don't think in my head like, oh, this is the list of words of sentences I'm going to use if I see a girl that I like. It's just very situational. So like,
Mm.
like I'm not even going to say because like I can't
You don't want to tell me. Okay, but then how do you
Bro,
move to
yeah,
girls?
just
What's
saying.
your what's your mentality?
My mentality.
Moving to
Okay,
girls, what's
so
like
first
what's
you
your
have to-
mindset?
First you have to big yourself up. Like you got to give yourself that confidence. I look, yeah, that girl, very beautiful woman over there. But you yourself, you got the sauce. So when you're moving over to that girl, no, none of that awkward stuff, blah 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 blah. You have to get out of your own head. That's one thing a lot of guys do. They get in their own head and then they walk over in a very, very like creepy, unfashionable way. Me, I have a stride when I do it. Talk to her. It depends when if she's in a group or if she's on her ones. But like I said, it's very situational. But say we're in college, I'll bring up something about college or what course she does, blah 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 blah, or what she's studying this and that. If we're at a
It's
motive, like
conversational.
it's very, very situational. But like I don't lie, pick up lines as a whole. I don't really think of it in my head. It's just as I go, I guess.
What do you guys
like
like to be moved to? With pickup lines, like,
No, but it's just a general
No,
conversation. No, do you know what it is, right? We don't like to be moved to pickup lines, but there's some pickup lines that you hear that you're like, that was smooth.
Not for me, no.
Nah, I
It's
think
you,
maybe
not
my
me.
personal
Because they
humor.
saw that,
No,
Bruno.
no.
It's because they saw that Quavo one with Sweetie.
Ugh, no,
No.
don't start.
that ice,
no,
that
don't
ice emoji,
start.
the ice emoji thing.
No,
that's
please,
not pickup
no,
line, man. What did he say? He said like
no.
one word and then just put the frozen thing. Like, that wasn't.
But all the girls rated it though
look at the
on the
end
TL. They
result,
all
man.
rated
I
it.
didn't rate it.
Girls will rate anything that
rappers.
rappers do, man. Anybody they'll
No,
rate anything that
That's
people
not
use,
true.
No,
man.
not true.
That's
Yeah,
not
man.
true.
Not
Look
true.
at Don't tell me that
No.
girls don't look up
No,
to
no,
celeb relationships as if that's the end goal.
no.
Oh my
Some
gosh,
do,
Kiara and
some
Ken.
do,
Nah,
but
you
Oh,
have
now I
to-
don't
not
believe
me,
in
not
love.
us.
Like, your parents have been
No.
going 15 years strong in marriage, but
Exactly.
Kiara and Ken have broken up, and now you've lost out on
No.
love.
Bruno's on
I
smoke.
literally but I can't lie, he's right though, because why do we look to that? No, we shouldn't care. I'm actually so tired of seeing Sweetie and Quavo.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, please find something else to talk about. Yeah, but everybody talking about their breakup.
Like, you actually
Yeah,
should just
exactly.
understand that their situations is completely different to average people's
Exactly.
Yeah.
situation. Like,
Exactly. We don't have time for that. We're
but
down for realistic.
yeah, we don't use pickup lines here on
Oh,
CMT.
what about you,
That's
Fredo? You haven't
good.
spoken.
Yeah, like what's your mentality going to it?
Into a pickup line.
No. Like if you're trying to move to a girl, what's your mindset? Like how are you doing it? How give
To
us
be honest, man, I
some
just try to
details.
play cool, man. You
Alfred,
just come to her.
Alfred is a confident and forward guy. When Alfred approaches, yeah, he approaches as the old guy. Like, he's like,
Hey,
he'll
he'll pull you,
talk.
he'll
come
pull you out of your
on.
group, and he'll just let you know straight in his intentions. He wants to take you out. He wants to go on a date. That's the way Alfred is.
Aw.
Alf is reckless, man. Alf is
I've
reckless.
been,
sometimes.
I've been moving a bit reckless like that back in the day, but I can't bring out that Alfredo type character anymore, man.
Nah, man.
It's a bit too dangerous.
He had no fear back in the day. I can't lie.
Alfred,
Even
he had
stuff
no
would
fear
do-
back in the day.
I won't
Nah.
lie.
Because I'm a confident guy, but them ones, if a girl's in a group, you keep a stepping, man. You don't.
You try bring her out of it. Alfred, there was one
Yeah.
time. I don't know if Alfred, you tell the story, like the small story, the little
Which one?
story.
Which
The
one,
group
which one?
one, the group one.
I think there's been multiple group ones, so you're gonna have to specify.
Okay,
know
the
that
one
one
where
that
you
you're
left,
talking
you just
about?
left, you
Yeah.
just left a college lecture, yeah, and there was like a group of like eight, seven
And
girls.
you really want to take that girl out, so
That was a yeah, man. It was just simply I saw this girl, thought she was cute, and as soon as we exited out of the lecture hall, I just said, "Hey, I want to talk to you for a little bit." And she looked a bit surprised. Her friends were like, "Ooh!" And then I brought it out, talked to her. She said, "Okay, we'll talk about it later on." It didn't lead to anything else, but like,
Oh, you didn't have to tell that part out. Oh, you
Yeah.
should have just left it out.
yeah, we're all about honesty. I respect that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
But like
very-
that's confidence there. I can't lie.
It's confidence.
Listen, yeah, man, them know. Let's be honest. 7, 8 girls, you guys are intimidating sometimes. You guys just be doing kiki like this.
Yeah,
like this.
that's true.
So I just like
True.
for Alfred to do that. When Alfred told us that story, I said, "Nah, I won't lie. I don't
Yeah,
even know if I would do that one."
respect that. I wouldn't do that one.
That's mad. That is mad.
That's true.
Be like
Okay,
that.
Wow.
Bruno, what's your little 2 cents?
I'm just like Mario. I'm very situational. Like it's all about just conversation. Like you just got vibes. Like
Okay, makes sense.
That's good.
Right, so then we've been chatting a little bit. Let's get into today's topic, which is a little bit about male insecurities. You guys have already talked about this on your podcast, but we wanted to bring it here. We don't have as much of a male audience, and we want some of you guys as listeners to come and listen to us because, you know, we're black and bold, we spit facts, we talk truth. So
Period.
we need those people to listen to what we've got to say too. So basically, Brittany, do you wanna kick it off because you really want to talk about this as well?
Yep. Okay, so the first thing I want to say is in general, with insecurities that guys have, like nothing in particular, just in general, would you say that it's society or girls or men that put these insecurities and pressures on guys?
all of the above.
All day with yeah.
But which one's more?
Explain.
Society.
Okay. Elaborate.
Yeah, you
It depends
This
which
guy
one you're
left the
talking
room.
about specific. Not each one is like each one like not all of them are the same. Like each one
Yeah.
has its specific. Like some of them are girls, some of them are society, and some of them are like
Mm.
what was the third one you said?
Other guys.
Oh,
Other
other
men.
guys, yeah.
Other guys like, and then some of them are two of the three, and then some of them are only one of the three. Like it's not all of them are all three. Like
Okay.
I
and
think
what would you? Oh,
Go on,
sorry.
sorry.
Continue.
No, go on, Leslie.
Okay, so I was just gonna ask, what would you say like is probably the most common insecurity guys have?
I'd say it's probably actually all five of them. Like the
Wait, all
most
five?
common one.
Yeah.
Would probably be, let me see, all five of them would be an insecurity. I don't know which one would be more common. Like
Wait, list them
Wait,
off again. I
five
can't even
what?
remember them.
there's
Yeah,
height,
our listeners don't know, you know.
hairline,
Hairline.
Oh yeah,
physique,
the hairline one, yeah.
Okay.
sex game and dick size is the same one,
Mm.
and financial situation.
What about heights?
Oh,
You
if I
said
was
height.
another one.
Yeah,
but
I feel like that's
you-
a big one.
I wouldn't say it's the most common though, because
Yeah, there's
Oh.
guys that just got
Yeah.
blessed and they go are like 6'4" at the age of 14. So that's it's not common.
Honestly.
What was the fourth one?
Financial status, like money.
I feel like that one. I feel like
That is-
every guy might,
Yeah.
because there are
Wow.
times where I know that they have messed up a really good chance with a girl that they knew was perfect for them, but because they knew the stage they are in life right now,
Mm.
it wouldn't make sense, and they want to be in a situation where they can actually take care of their girl, not even society wise. They just want to be that person for their girl. So the fact they can't do that, it's kind of like I don't know, an attack on their manhood. So they're kind of like, right now, it doesn't make sense. I need to be on my grind. This is and that. Also, if you're just at a age where you just can't even afford to, like, you know, go out and stuff like that, that's like a big insecurity, having the girl pay for you.
Oh.
Or
And
need
would
to
you
go
say that's why a lot of guys do fraud? Like right now.
They're doing fraud for themselves. I can't lie.
talking about fraud. Nah, fraud.
I said,
Nah,
yeah,
actually,
yeah.
fraud can be linked to girls. Can be very strongly linked to girls and guys, because the reason why people do fraud is to flex. You don't do fraud for
Yeah.
fun. Nobody does
Yeah.
fraud for fun. Like you do fraud because you like to flex the designer clothes and stuff. You like to flex in front of your boys. And the thing with like fraud, it's linked to girls because like when you go to a club, it's how rich you look like. How rich you look can determine how many girls you get. Like,
That's true.
so when you step in a club, like they, I remember one time I went to this motive, yeah. The difference between going to a motive and you're just chilling, and the difference between going to a motive and you bought a table is completely different. Go to a motive when you bought a table and see how many girls will flock around. Like, it's completely different. Like, they will never ever touch those peas. Like, we're not rappers, like, but because you look like you have peas, like girls will flock around you. Like, they'll be more interested.
That's
I would
true.
say
mad.
that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Girls like peas. Girls do like peas. Like
And
the
that's
way
like, and I want to state this, yeah, to an extent, that's not even a bad thing. This whole gold digger thing, my views have changed over it, like over a certain amount of time. It's not bad for a girl to want a guy who's very financially stable because, like, it's just a natural thing. You'd want to make sure that your partner can take care of themselves first of all. That's the
Yeah.
biggest thing. If they can't take care of themselves, you can't really call them a gold digger. And if they can take care of you, that's like a preference thing. But a lot of girls have that preference. They shouldn't be bashed for doing that kind of stuff. The only one
I
that's
think,
mad is that, like, when they want something that levels upon what they're not even able to achieve. They
Yeah.
want like the Birkin bag thing, but like, you know, they're spending all their Susie on PLT. Like, it's just not making sense.
Hey, don't come for PLT.
And even the
We're
PLT
trying to
even
get
links to the
prostitution, please.
fraud boys, because I even know some people that, I can't lie, they even get girls just because the girls know that they can do PLT fraud scam for them. So it's just like, it goes deep. Now I think about it.
do you not
mad.
think
On
that,
Black
like,
Boy, we don't condone it.
low key, like,
Does.
girls are lying to themselves? Because if you're getting with guys like these, like, the guy with the RMS belt is not your soulmate. Like, he's not the one. Like,
How do you know that? How do you know that?
because
Where,
he's living a lifestyle that's not stable. Like, do you not want security? Like,
of course, but it looks good, and for us, we like visual things. Like everyone in general likes visual things. So if it looks good, people are gonna flock to it anyway.
yeah, but you're lying to yourself if you think that he's the one. Like,
Bruno
That's
is
not
That,
fair.
right, man.
that girl,
He's
that
saying
guy's
that an image isn't stable, man. An image is just a one
yeah, exactly.
constant.
Like,
facts.
At that
An
point.
image is not
An image isn't
stable, just
stable.
one still image. But when it's a motion picture and you get to part 2 and then you're no longer in the scene, it's long.
Oh
this is
my
why
days.
men
so
lie.
true.
Like,
Come true.
this is why it's them ones men stay in the talking stage for long, lying because they know that you like the image of them. Like, you just like this image of a nice guy. He's treating you right, this, that. But you don't know that he's just playing you till he can get his bit and dip. Like,
I feel like girls do know low key.
oh, of course, everybody ignores red
Yeah.
flags. Like,
It
Please,
just,
we're not about
a lot
that.
of
We
people
can't
just
do
don't.
that.
A lot of people just don't want to be stir up with how they want the situation to be. So like, I think it'd be a bold accusation, but I think a lot of girls would be okay in them being in the limbo zone with a guy rather than a guy saying like, no, we're just like friends with benefits kind of thing, because they don't want to be put in that class. So if their friends ever ask them like, what's wrong with you and thing, they're like, oh, we're just still talking about blah blah, rather than you staying out like, oh, there's nothing gonna develop from here. We're actually just doing it for the sex, the lust and whatnot. Like,
yeah, like,
I don't. A lot of girls wouldn't want to say that. They don't like that.
every guy knows, even just from straight looking at a girl one time, they can know. A guy knows when he wants this is a potential girl that he's gonna cuff. Like, just from even looking at a girl. Obviously, eventually you talk to them, and if the personality is not there, then you'll be like, okay, nah. But
Forget, yeah.
if the person like even before they've even talked to them, they know this is a girl I want to cuff eventually. Like, so all this, oh, nah, I don't even want to cuff. You know, I'm just chilling. Like, if you listen to that, yeah,
I want
you're
to
playing
communicate
yourself.
it,
Like,
you get me?
you're
Yeah,
playing
I want to
yourself.
feel
Like,
things out.
you're
I'm going
playing
with the
yourself.
flow, you get me?
For what you say?
I'm going with the flow. Like, I'm just
Them ones,
Oh.
it's 7 months talking stage, and you're still like, oh no,
Going with the
eventually he'll
flow.
cuff me. Like, I won't lie, like, you're playing yourself.
That one is lack of shame. That's a lack of shame. I'm
Honestly.
sorry. Because 7 months is a long time. Dude, like, no.
That's half a yearly. That's more than half a yearly.
Time
You
is
got it.
going. People are growing. Money's being made, and that's the stage that you're still at. We need to have priorities. But I wanted to go back onto like the financial situation that you're talking about, like financial situation of guys, because I think women have contributed to that so much because of what we see from celebrities. Like when we were talking about Saweetie and Quavo, like a lot of girls see that and they're like, oh, my man has to be like that. So it's the pressure on the guys who are like, oh, they want a girl who like the guy they want has to have money. And I even saw something this morning and it was like asking if a girl would date a guy who doesn't have a car, and the girl said yes. And even me, when I was looking at it, I was like, I would still say yes too, but there's hella girls out there that would say no. It's like, my man has to have a car, he has to be able to drive, he has to be able to afford this and this for me. And so when you're seeing people's stories on Valentine's Day, my mom got me this, and you have other people who got like cards or 100 reasons why I love you kind of thing, people are bashing that because it's not money, it's not materialistic stuff that society is promoting.
Again, it goes back to like the whole where he's at in his life. So if a girl is demanding the guy she's dating to have a car, and we're only like 20, 19, 21, it's kind of like, bro, come on, like everybody's still on their grind. You can't really expect them. Yes, there are men who do that, but like it's like it shouldn't be an end all be all kind of thing. It might be a preference, and people, that's another thing. People mistake preference and like demand. You can have a preference for maybe guys that are taller than you, but nowadays you're demanding that anybody below this height don't even talk to me. So it's kind of like, but yeah, going back to what I said beforehand.
I'm laughing because Leslie said something like that.
No. Wait, before we go on, I need to explain myself. This is just, I'm a little bit over average for a girl's height. So for me, I just.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'7".
Is that over average?
Yeah, it's like 5'5" is the average. I'm even almost borderline 5'8". So for me, it's like if a guy is shorter.
You play basketball?
I did in secondary school, not anymore.
Why do you always say stuff like that?
But that's what people say about tall people. It's normal. You know them tall people. People ask all the time.
Girls, when they're like at certain heights, yeah, I don't know why, but I don't know if it's your mind that plays tricks, but they look taller than they are. Like a 5'8" girl will look 5'11". Like I don't know why. Like
no, it's true.
No, it's because guys. It's because guys usually like lie about their height.
No, not even that.
No.
I think it's just like the fact that like you're almost even close to my height now. It's like, bro, like it's not in my eyes. I'm like, bro, this
okay,
girl
I get what you mean.
Yeah,
because I'm always used to like there being a definite height thing, but now I'm like, oh, this girl's eye level.
Like them ones were mess fighting, yeah, and you step up to me and I'm like, yay, she's looking me right in the eye, like
that's it. No, but that's it. I think that's what I can't have, because that's why I said, like, I always say, and people are probably gonna hate me, but I always say, if a guy is like shorter than me, if we're fighting and if we're fighting and you say something, I'll be like, okay, sit down. Like, you're not. I just feel like I won't. I know it sounds
bully.
I just can't, because if you're taller than me and you tell me to be quiet, shut up, do whatever, I will listen. Like if you're looking down at me and saying, I'm gonna behave myself, you know, like I don't know the height.
That's the mentality that the taller man is the alpha and the smaller man is the beta.
I just can't be taller.
You just naturally see the smaller guy as a beta.
Even though
his personality and all could be there, but just because he's small, like he could be one. What if he's one small hench guy? Probably could. I know smaller guys than me, hench do boxing that will whack my nose around the place, like. But like they won't get girls because they're tiny, they're smaller than them. Like,
you know them ones, those pictures or those TikToks, the guy can lift the girl, carry the girl, and he's just smaller than me like this. I just can't. I just can't.
Alpha, what were you gonna say? You're gonna say something.
Keep going on.
Nah.
I didn't even have anything to say.
But anyway, what was the point of financial situation? People need to stop comparing the situations of us. We need to stop taking America's goals as our goals. Because like, in this Dublin place, people don't drive like that. Like you can't really drive. Like try driving around town. Like you can't drive around town like that. Like you don't. Can't really drive like. And when we start driving, I was like, what's the legal age to start driving?
18.
18. Like in America, that's 15. They've been driving like.
Is it not 17? No,
it's 16.
It's, you can start learning at 14.
You start learning at 14.
Yeah, because I know some people.
I think everywhere is 16.
Exactly. Like they're on different like wavelengths, and obviously they're producing rappers and famous celebrities. Like your life is not the same as theirs. Like, your life is nowhere near the same as theirs. Like, we're all using Susie well, I don't get Susie, but people are using Susie to pay for their meals. Like that's not what Quavo's doing. Quavo's getting
Mhm.
Salt Bay gold on his steaks. Like you can't be expecting the
That's so
same.
big. That's so big. I
same.
need to go away, man. For real.
Why?
I
You
don't
can't
like
be.
it.
Entertainment.
I think
That
they
one
ended
is
the
that one
marriage.
is
I won't lie.
My
It's
was
almost like
threatened
gonna ruin their
because
marriage.
Salt
that
Bay.
one I can actually be a little bit toxic and just leave my girl on that day. I can't even lie to you.
Look, yeah, it's not even that one. Them ones that Salt Bay fed the girl. Yeah, the girl stuck her tongue out like
Yeah, no,
stuck
that's
her tongue
disrespectful.
out
Hey.
past that
Disrespectful.
meat.
Like
Like.
a
I
dog.
think it was just the way she was trying to eat the meat.
Nah, she stuck her
Ah.
tongue
You had
out.
to-
She
you
eyes
were
that
looking
bad
at
yeah,
it
meat.
you could see,
Eye
nah.
eye contact. She wanted that. Let me not say
Nah,
this
man.
on here. Let's keep it
Maybe
PG.
she's just fan of
Nah,
salt-based work.
nah,
Kegs,
Salt Bay is a
kegs,
home
kegs,
wrecker,
man.
man. That
Oh,
girl,
man.
never
Nah,
go to
man.
that guy's
It's a
restaurant.
home recommend. It's a home
If you bring a
recommend.
girl there, you're actually asking for divorce.
Oh my days. I didn't think it was that deep. I can't lie. Like I could see where guys are coming from, but I was just
Guys,
like,
I
Just
see.
Do
You
you
know,
not
see
do
this
you
one
not think
video.
that's a form of flirting? Like that is a form of entertaining. Like why
I
are you
don't
sticking
I
your tongue out to eat
don't
meat? Is that the way you eat meat in your house?
if someone's
No.
like
Yeah, I
feeding
think
you
it
meat
is
like
flirting.
that,
Why is he
Low-key.
feeding you
Yeah,
meat
but you
though?
don't
That's
stick
the
your tongue
thing.
out. Though. You don't
that's
stick
just
your
how
tongue
it's
out.
Yeah.
flirting.
The
You
boyfriend's
bite
mad with
you
left
bite it with your
man.
teeth. You don't stick
Yeah,
your
it's.
tongue out.
I
Like.
think it's flirting.
I think it's flirting. Like
Anyway.
Because if it was a girl, oh, it'd be so long. It'd be so
Nah.
long.
We would be very quick to
Mm.
clock it, man.
exactly. Your man is the girl is feeding your man. Are you not
I
thinking
think
it's flirting? Are you not gonna be vexed?
You'd be vexed, man.
You'll be
She says,
vexed.
"Oh,
Vexed.
oh,
If
take a
you
tequila,
trust
take a
him.
tequila shot in between, yeah, the breasts." Everybody be like, "Nah, you can't be doing that. You can't be doing that one." It's kind of on the same level. I can't lie. I just look at her and then I'll say, "Continue that meat," because I'm not even paying for the check, and that's enough for her to be down bad because I know that meat is expensive.
Hey.
gold on it, obviously.
Wow.
You know,
I
I'll say,
can't lie.
"Oh,
What-
that meat
yeah.
that you
Moira's gonna have
consumed,
his
you
girl
pay."
mopping the floors for that pill. Like
It's not even my girl. It's just it's my ex. I'll say it's long.
Gotta go.
But what's it called? I wanted to say something. Yeah. So I know we've kind of touched on height already, but like I'm kind of surprised that you said that wouldn't be the main insecurity that guys have, because I see it talked about all the time. So I don't
think
get
it's-
how it's
it's
not.
highly common, but I don't think it's the most common. It is a very high common one because it's the one that girls talk the most about. Yeah.
I just think that, like I said, there are some blessed with tall like height from a young age. So I
Yeah.
can't say that applies to every single man. But I can honestly say, like, there's obviously outliers every now and then. But I can almost say almost 99% of guys have had a situation where they have financial insecurities.
The only
Yeah,
one
that makes
is
sense.
like boys don't really have that much of an insecurity toward height unless you're actually smart. It's only them ones that we start to think about it when it's like, oh, nobody under 6 foot. And then you're like 5'11", and 5'11" and 6 foot is 1 inch. And 1 inch isn't that big, and you're like, so
Mhm.
like you can't go for me even though you don't have a ruler and you probably think I'm 6 foot, but I'm not 6 foot. But you're still gonna go for me, innit? Like so
Yeah, exactly.
what's the point in talking and just setting standards? Like there's no point. Like if you're vibing with someone that's taller than you, it shouldn't be a problem. Like
Mm. Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me, especially like when the girl's like 5'1", 5'2", like
Leslie wants to talk
doesn't
so
make
badly.
sense.
No, I don't. But when Brittany said it doesn't make sense, of course it doesn't make
Wow.
sense.
I
Like 5'5".
yeah no, and
There's
I
a-
get like Leslie has a legitimate reason, Bruno. I can't lie to you.
well,
But
go
you
on.
know the
Mm.
5'1", 5'2" girls, even the
Yeah,
4'11"
that
girls,
makes no
have
And they're
sense.
looking for my friend is what I think she's 5'2" at highest. Her boyfriend is like 6'4". Her boyfriend before that was 6'4".
Right. Now
very-
What are
that's
you
that's
doing looking
too
for men
low.
like
That's
that
outrageous.
when you're leaving 5'6" guys for
Well,
me?
Just to play devil's advocate, yeah.
Do you know
she
that
may feel
it's
that
like-
because I want to finish this.
Mhm.
Just to play devil's advocate, she may feel just because she's quite small, she needs someone taller who's most likely stronger. Not saying that it's always like a one-to-one case, that she needs someone taller to protect her and so on and so forth. Because in case like that, if you have
Yeah,
yeah.
bro.
you're
If your
small,
stats are
you're
low,
more
if your
comfortable
stats are low, you cannot be
Look,
asking
yeah,
for the
a
top tier
five-
ones.
Yeah,
A five-
it
At
doesn't make
that
sense.
height,
5'5"
half of
guy
the
can protect you.
population
And
is taller than her.
you. Yeah.
You 5'6", 5'8", 5'5" is still tall enough for her.
Mm.
5'3" is taller than
Exactly.
her. Why is
Yeah,
she
but
looking for
10
6'2"?
feet, like,
she may
Look
feel
like
more
a
secure.
child.
She may feel
10
more secure
feet,
with someone who's a lot taller because she's
What
that
if I
tall.
need to
Why?
feel secure with someone that's taller?
But you know,
What about
in
me?
in terms of people like threatening you and so on, it's going to be less likely because they'll see you as less of a threat because you're short, you're taller. That's how it goes. Like
But the guy,
Yeah.
even if the guy's like 5'8" and she's 5'1", he's still taller than you. So
Yeah, I'm not
I
saying
don't get.
Really?
I'm not saying it's an absolute rule,
Yeah,
but
no.
I'm
Mhm.
saying from her
They
perspective.
need to
If
relax
Nah,
because
that
was
I need to go find
outrageous.
someone taller. Apparently, there's only 14% of men over 6 foot in the population. So if small girls like her are taking all of the men like that, what am I gonna
The
do?
average, the average
Jimmy,
height
what are you
in
14%.
gonna
this country
do?
are 5'8".
Yeah.
The average height in this country is 5'8". So
You see, I can't marry an Irish fella.
Yeah.
That's
Sorry.
because
makes
these
sense.
statistics, I don't believe them sometimes because they
Yeah, I
begin
don't. I won't
they
lie.
begin the Harry and Podges and they be doing that. They don't ask any
nah,
of the
nah,
black boys.
Michael, wait, we can't skip over that. What you mean you can never marry an Irish guy? Like, can't skip over that one. Let's go back to that point there.
Oh, who said that?
Leslie said that. Leslie,
You said the average height.
Leslie, you're sounding
rotating.
like a Twitter girl right now. I can't relate to you, you know what I'm saying?
You're rotating.
No.
Far right comments blasting.
No.
What's wrong with Irish guys? What's wrong
No,
with
no,
that?
it's not even that. It's because he said the average height is 5'8", and that's
Yes, and you
borderline.
you straight away said I can never marry an Irish guy.
Well, the average height is 5'8", so then we're. I
Yeah,
need
but
to
what's
go
wrong with
somewhere-
Irish guys?
That's around the world
What's
though.
wrong
That's
with-
around the world though. Like the
Oh,
average around the world is like 5'9", so there's not much of a difference.
Oh, look, guys.
So you heard height and that's went for Irish. So you're gonna have to
most
explain
black
yourself.
guys are above 5'8". Though. Most of them are like
Yeah, most. But
above
I know
5'8"
good
in
few.
general.
I know good few that are shorter than me. Like, but
Well,
for
look,
me,
we don't
How tall are you?
discriminate.
Ah, that's
What?
good.
We
How
don't
tall are you?
discriminate.
5'5".
Leslie, for the past 20 minutes, you
No,
have
no,
been
no,
saying
no.
the
I didn't
opposite.
mean in terms of height. I meant in terms of race. You can look.
Oh,
We're
Oh, okay.
accepting.
I don't mind as
Gotta
long
love
as the guy's taller
everybody.
than me. So I actually don't
See?
really care.
You're 5. What you say 5'5"? That's if
Yeah.
a guy is smaller than 5'5", I can understand that one. Then
Yeah.
he's small. Like
And another
Yeah.
thing, a guy can be secured by the fact that they might be either the same height or a little bit taller, right? But it's the key from the friends and other people that might get
No,
him.
that's not
'Cause
nice.
I can say that in secondary school, my girl at that time, I was like a little bit taller than her, like just a little bit, like half an inch. Then when Debs came around and she was wearing high heels, it was looking a bit long. And then she was telling me how her mom was small busting jokes. We were taking photos. I was like, what's going on here? Like, and that made me feel some type of way. But I never thought like that. Like even when we were wearing, she was wearing a high heels, because like it's like I know I'm taller than her. She's wearing high heels. It's just one day is what it is. But then when I started getting there, I was like, wait. So who else is thinking like this? What's going on here? So it can also be those outsiders having their opinion on what's going on within your relationship as well that can get to you.
That's true.
No, I don't want my guy to be the same height as me. Because like if I wear heels, like it's all over. I'm sorry.
As long as you're not shorter than me, I'll take that.
Yeah, as long as you're not shorter than me.
Shorter with you shorter with you with or without heels.
With heels.
Because even that is kind of long, yeah. Because nowadays you guys be wearing ground stompers that are on the same level.
I don't wear. I wear 3-inch
6
heels.
inches, like 6-inch ones.
Nah,
even Air Forces give you like an
madness.
extra inch. Or
I
an inch and a
have
half.
so many platform shoes when I think about it. So that's you need to be taller than me, even when I'm wearing that kind of those kind of shoes. So just a little bit taller.
Yeah,
don't have to be extra.
What about so we talked about it on the podcast, on our own podcast, but what would you girls think about guys getting quote unquote enhancements to like solve their insecurities? Like, I don't know, guys be wearing like insoles for their feet to get taller, or I don't know if you can do it. Can you use a surgery, Bruno, that makes your dick longer? Oh man.
Oh yeah,
I heard that's fake.
I don't agree with surgery in general, so I don't know. Like, I don't see the need to do that.
Let me ask you the question here. Oh, sorry. Continue. Let me not call you.
No, that's it. Like, I don't agree with surgery in general. So,
do you think guys should accept girls who get surgery, like surgery on the nyash or whatever, like?
See, this was literally our.
I asked my friend this
recent
episode.
Just yes or no.
well.
I don't need the explanation. I just need yes or no.
Hey, that's hard. It depends on the guy.
No, wait.
No, listen, because I talked to someone. I talked to my other friend about this. I don't know if he wants to. I don't know.
Leslie said yes.
I said yes, and my reason behind this quickly, because I'm gonna give a quick explanation. My reason behind this is a lot of guys nowadays are like, "Oh, I want a natural-looking girl," but it's the girls that have stuff done with them. Like they get some enhancements, and so other girls are like, "Oh, they like girls that look like this. Let me go and look like this too, and get certain enhancements."
Most times, guys don't actually like that shit.
Yeah, they
the
don't.
ones that aren't as noticeable, like when you're getting a mad, that's what I mean.
That's it. It's when it's not obvious, then guys are like, "Oh, I don't like that shit."
Wait, Alfred, maybe speak more into your mic because you're kind of low.
But
Or
Okay, you
increase her
said
volume
yes,
somehow.
yeah. But would you get with a guy who's had knowing that he's had enhancements on his dick or whatever? Like,
No.
exactly. See, it's all, oh, we accept.
No, that stereo. There,
Good.
no, that double
Then
standard.
flip the switch and it's double standard.
No, I said I don't know before about what you said. I said I don't know because like
I was
I
talking
talked
to
to.
Leslie. You said you don't
Oh,
know, so you're not
okay.
part of this conversation.
Okay, sorry.
Not trying to be.
I said the reason I said yes to do this because I think that's how society works. Me personally, I would say, look, if you said you want a natural girl, she actually has to be natural, so don't do that. Me personally, for a guy, I would be like, no, because I'm not going to get any type of enhancement myself because the way I am is the way I am and I won't change that. So I would prefer that the guy that I'm interested in or the guy that my guy wouldn't do that as well. So we're both on that same.
I get that, but I feel like a lot of girls think like that. They would say them personally. That argument, or me personally, I wouldn't do it, but anyone can else do it. But the thing is, I feel like majority of girls think that way, if that makes sense.
Like it's been statistically done where like they have surveys and girls have said like that men should accept girls if they change it, whatever they want to change.
Yeah.
But when it's flipped the switch and a man has enhancements, it's all like, oh nah, we wouldn't do that. Like,
yeah, that's
you get
true.
me, like,
That's true.
There is double standards, definitely.
Yeah.
In that case.
It's a give and take thing. So like you can have your preferences, but you shouldn't get mad when the guy doesn't want you because you don't fit his preferences. Because there's a lot of times where I've seen a few girls get toxic because because guys, so guys are usually used to the rejection thing, right? So when it happens to them, okay, let me not even say that because nowadays guys actually it's been exposed that guys kind of like sometimes they don't, but they know that in this life called the game, they're going to be the ones that will be rejected anyways. It's more so them pushing to the girl and the girl accepts yes or no. So then when it's a girl now doing this and then the guy states that I don't like you so and so and so, it's bashing or it's some sort of shaming or like for something body shaming or whatnot. And I don't think that's really fair.
That point. I think it just really depends on what it is though, because I think the way society is, people get offended quite easily, first and foremost. Like anything is offensive nowadays. But in terms of like what it is you're saying is your preference, you have to be careful because where some of these preferences come from don't come from a good place. Like for a lot of people, they don't realize what they're saying isn't really a preference. It's like, oh, I always use the example of if your preference is I like apples, but I would still have oranges. So in the case where you have both, you're going to choose the apple over the oranges. But some people, I prefer apples, but you would never have oranges, even if there weren't any apples. All you're presented with were oranges. And that's the thing that people don't understand. Like there's a very fine line between preference. So people just group all of these things that they like and they don't like and say, okay, this is a preference, this is a turn off. And it's very unclear for people. And it just makes life difficult for everybody because you're like, oh, what is actually fine that you're saying you don't like this about a person and what isn't?
See, a lot of people don't like realize that like a preference just means that you would, like you said, I like apples, but I will still eat oranges. Like you give me an apple and an orange, I'll prefer an apple, but like it's still on relatively equal enough terms. Like, so when it comes to race, a lot of people don't know that you can actually fetishize race. Like, like there's no reason for you to be born in Ireland, but you only go for like, I don't know, say Brazilian Latinas or something. Like that doesn't make sense. Like, because where are they? Like they're not even prevalent in the country. So how can you only go for that certain type when you've been seen when like in your country is dominated by mainly white people? Like, so it's them ones. Like people don't realize you can fetishize race, like, because like how can you give somebody a white girl and a black girl and they're both equally as paying? Sometimes the black girl will even be paying and the person will still choose the white girl, which makes no sense. But you're saying, oh, I prefer white girls, but the black girl is paying, but you're still going for the white girl. That doesn't make sense. Like if they're both equally as paying, you should choose just whichever one obviously you prefer, but like it's not them ones you choose one over the other.
Yeah. I'm gonna end this now and do another call because it's literally gonna end.
Are you gonna drop the link in here or is it the same link?
No, I'll send you another link.
These man
Okay,
did not
fair
pay the fee. Like so unprofessional.
enough.
So unprofessional.
Hey.
So
It's
I just want
always
to bring
good
it
to
back.
have able people around,
You know,
Yeah,
What?
Mm.
Bruno's Angolan. Yeah, for whatever reason, he's siding with Yibos in the Nigerian race war.
Well,
Why?
obviously, Evo
Wait, where are all of
Connie.
you? I feel like your names are Yoruba.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me and Alfred are
Alright,
Yoruba.
Yeah,
so
they're your
let-
real
let's
bits.
go.
Yorubas, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I just
Mhm.
wanted to bring it back to the fetishization we were talking about before, because you have to understand that those type of things is very dangerous, especially considering the mass killing that just happened in America, where some white man killed 6 Asian women because
Yeah.
he had a
You had a
sexual
bad day.
fetishization. He had a
A
sexual
bad day
fetishization for
for
that
rubbish.
for that type of people.
Yeah.
So and in his mind, to get rid of the sex addiction, he had to kill the people he was fetishizing, and that's very very wrong. Because if you look at it in terms of another group, let's say the fetishization of black men thinking there are sexual miscreants, they're all raping white women. The next thought someone might have is like, okay, we have to get rid of the black men because that's the way to going to solve this problem. And we all understand where that will lead to. So fetishization on any level is wrong. I mean, we have to
It's
get rid
wrong,
of
yeah.
that.
Wait, I
Mhm.
actually want to add to that because the way you brought in black men, yeah, you know the way there's lots of stereotypes and stuff like that about black men. So would you say like that in itself puts pressures on guys? Like say if they don't meet up to that standard.
Definitely. Like I feel like a lot of black men feel they need to be that sexually active, and if they're not, they're somehow
Yeah.
with a lesser man. It's just like double down upon it. It's on men in general, then on black men, it's just that bit worse because of the history that we have.
That's true. Makes sense.
And then
But
for
when
black women,
you're
it's just it can even go double down as well because you have to add femininity upon that. So
Yeah.
it's very complex.
Do you girls judge a black man when it's like them ones where he's like, oh, I don't go for black girls, I only go for white girls?
I will hella
will
judge
judge
you.
him.
Are you mad?
I will.
Are you mad?
Hey.
What kind of what?
Yeah,
No,
but
no,
you actually
no.
don't know that. It's actually that's very deeply rooted from a very young
Yeah.
age. Like,
Yeah.
I
it
understand that,
is.
and that's why it's so important to get rid of that. Like I always, my little brother, I'm like, I hope because so I don't know if I said this before, but my brother, I remember asking him one time, we were just talking to him, and he said something about only going for light skins. This is someone that is hella
He said
dark.
that.
And I said, you better remove that mentality out of your mind right now. Get it out of your head. That's stupid. Don't do that. Because you have to get it out of them young. Because if we let that happen, he's gonna be one of them man's like, oh yeah, I only like what light skin.
Yeah.
yeah, but that's the thing. Like, nobody teaches you that thing. Like, whenever your
Yeah,
parents
people
actually
don't
sat you
teach.
down and be
Parents
like,
actually don't teach.
yeah, you shouldn't.
They
Parents
don't.
Parents, they go to work and they do their thing. You go to school, you do your thing. They don't really interact with you on that kind of level. So
That's bad.
I think
That's
it's what
actually really
society,
bad.
but I think it's because of how society promotes it as well, though, because it's a
Yeah.
normal thing. Like us as black women, we'll see in society that it's more common for a guy to be like, oh yeah, I like a light skinned woman. And like even me, I'm not that dark skinned, but I'll still see a guy would prefer a lighter woman than me just because she's light skinned. And so we just have to get rid of that ASAP. It's also the same with the like a lot of black women are very skeptical when a white man says they're interested in them because they're like, oh, is it fetishization? Because you have hella white men who fetishize black women. Like, it's scary.
Okay.
The messages.
The moment a white guy refers to you as any sort of chocolate,
Oh my
fetishizing.
days,
Oh no.
or
I saw a
tropical.
black man. Do you know? I saw a black man call his daughter his little chocolate something, and I was just creeped out. Like even some black guys too. They like when they're complimenting you, they'll call you like
Chocolate
chocolate
queen.
this or
Green goddess.
you.
No, no, we
Disgusting,
can't
like,
have that.
Ew.
Yeah.
That's creepy.
Them
It depends
ones,
on the person, man.
like I am like,
No, I
oh,
don't like it.
you shouldn't think that way. That like, oh, you should only go for white girls because some people grow up with it, but there's man them who don't, and you
But
can't
why
really
grow?
blame them.
The thing
That's
I
the
don't
thing.
get
Yeah,
is why is it a thing you
phase?
grow out of? Like, why
Yeah.
is it even a phase?
Oh, because
Have-
from a young age, like deeper, like the moment you go into school, like no, there's like what one black girl, 10, 10, 12 white girls, and all the white boys. And the white boys only like the black girls, and you
yeah.
chill with the white boys. So if the white boys only like the white girls,
Yeah.
you're only gonna like what your boys like because that's seen as like
Yeah.
what's like the norm. That's cool. Like so you only like
But-
the white girls. Like So
But if you flip it, it's not the same.
white
Well,
boys.
yeah,
will love it.
exactly.
It's
What
not
you
the
mean?
same.
It's not the same if you
it's
flip
girl,
it, because
I go to school with hella white boys. Doesn't mean I'm only interested in white boys because my
Yeah.
friends only like white boys. And the thing is with girls, a lot of girls, even young, like they're more open. Like white girls are gonna be like, oh, I like black boys too. So that means
Yeah,
I'm
Nah,
gonna
but
be.
that can be like
You're-
fetish as well because they
it,
don't have,
it usually is, yeah.
yeah, because they don't have like most of the time they don't have like large scale contact with black guys, so they're just picking up this image of black men from TV, maybe from
Yeah.
porn or something like that. So how are they gonna get like a decent image of black men from those type of things? You get me? Because I
Yeah.
have my cousin goes to school in Galway, and she has like she's one of like maybe 3 black people in her school, and she would tell me like a good half of the girls, white girls in her school, want to date a black guy. That makes no sense. They don't
Yeah.
interact with black men, so how do they want to date a black man?
See,
Why
it's
you
one of them
just
ones like, then
Mixed race
it's
fetishization.
one of them ones you just want to fit in, like.
Yeah,
like that.
who said that mixed race thing? Oh
I know
my
it.
god!
You know, with the whole Black Lives Matter, it was like I can't remember half of the quotes, but it was like, if you love black dick so much,
Yeah, I posted that one.
people don't have shame.
People don't have shame at all.
It's free. Like,
It's usually a fetish, I won't lie, because most of them, like you said, they don't even interact with black guys or black people in general. So, and these ones will be trying to like act black or whatever just so they can get a black guy, and I'm just like, what are you doing? Like,
Do you
I
ever get those
experienced
girls
that as
look
well.
like they act black as well.
Those
You ever
what?
what?
Those girls that look like they act black. Is it bad that like you can look at a picture and you can tell? You just kind of know sometimes.
Yeah.
Or is that just me? Like sometimes you look at a picture, you look at who they're friends with, and you can
know
Yeah,
that she's one of them.
There's cases where they force it, but there actually are cases where like some like this is only like a small thing. Well, it could be a big thing. I don't know the statistics, but there actually are some white girls that were brought up in black culture around that place.
Yeah.
Like Adele is a perfect example that they were bashing her when she did her what's that festival called?
Bantu Knot or something like that.
What's that festival called? Carnival. Yeah. And like the majority knew what she was on because they actually know her from ends. They're like, yeah, that's what she does like, and she's part of the culture, this is and that. But there were some girls from her own kind, like white girls, like saying like, why is she allowed to do all this? That you're not getting angry at her about blah blah. So it's just like there's always extremes to this kind of case. But it's just kind of like I don't know. Everything's just very situational. So I don't know if I can make a broad statement and just say all white girls shouldn't be acting black or blah blah blah.
Yeah, like Oyinbo Princess. Leslie, remember we talked about her?
Who's
like
that?
hers is this I don't even know what to call her. Like hers is extreme. Yeah, she's
it was
British,
almost like
but
a caricature of someone who wanted to be a black woman, but she was white.
Yeah,
She was
like she cooks on the yam. No, it was a
pidgin English and everything. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, she knows
pidgin
everything.
English, wearing traditional. Woman was. People say she was doing the most.
You know, a woman that she be beating the fufu and she be speaking pidgin English and
yeah, she was that like type of person.
I mean that one.
But if she's going to such lengths to like go into this culture, is that a bad thing?
That was my.
I mean, if she's not married, like I feel like if you're married, I can kind of understand. But if you're just doing it for the crack, especially if you're putting on that fake accent, we all know that's not how you really talk. So if you're putting that on, like I'm just like, why?
Her man doesn't even sound like that.
She loves the food and she's embraced the culture. Like it's not one of them.
I don't like because like is that what she made?
Is she married to a Nigerian man?
No, they divorced.
No, not anymore.
Yeah.
They divorced.
But
well, even if they were together, then she got opened the doors to this culture. So maybe she just really likes it. And like the fact that she's beating, like she's making fufu. I can't lie. That destroys your wrist.
English,
yeah, I don't lie. She's grinding. It's not
like,
just the surface level stuff that she's just feeling your braids. She makes
everything.
Yeah, I can't lie. That's
you have to.
It's a gray area for me for that one.
Yeah, no, that I was saying for me when talking about it. But I have a little bit of a controversial one, and I don't know if this ties in with insecurity, but I want to ask. So basically, I don't know if you guys, Keke Palmer. So she's dating a white man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
There were hella black men in the comments being like, "Oh, but like, why are you with a white man? Da da da. You're with a white man. You're a traitor. Da da da." And then you have these people that are like, "Okay, but when it's a black man with a white woman, people aren't saying anything." Do you feel like men that will go out of their way when a woman is dating a white man or a man that's not black, that comes out of insecurity? That's like, oh, they're stealing our women. Da da da.
Nah. It's not a
I am actually
if
very nonchalant about that thing. There's only I think I'm not making a bold statement in saying that. That's actually a very, very select kind of men that do that kind of stuff, that go in the comment section doing kiki. A lot of men just say, do what you gotta do. I don't really care. A lot of men don't care
don't
about the
actually
whole
care. Like,
social
yeah.
media thing. They
Really,
just keep it
I
step
see
by
it
I
step.
see, I
on
see,
here a
I see
lot
a lot
as
of
well.
men
Yeah,
actually
but
do
is it
that.
not from
I
the
see it a
shade room
lot.
that you're seeing it though?
Nah, I've seen like a lot of guys actually clap back against like black women who date white men and so on and so forth. Anything because they see as okay, look at them, look at this case. Black woman, white man.
It's only because it's them ones like, oh, when it's not actually okay though. Obviously it's normalized because it's been done so regular that a black man gets with a white woman, but black women still complain about it. Like, so when the flip role is switched, it's like, oh, now it's our chance to complain. Like, you are
Oh, I
giving out
get
about
it.
this,
I get
Yeah,
it.
so
actually,
now
Yeah,
we can
that's
give
a
out
good
about
point.
that
this.
makes
Like,
The whole
sense.
thing.
Yeah.
And with the thing where you said like no one really complains about a black guy getting with white girl. Nowadays, I used to think like that, but now I'm kind of like, no, people are actually still bashing, because I don't know if you saw,
Mm.
but they were trying to bash Dave for dropping
Yeah,
photo
I
with
saw
Fredo
that.
Mm.
and
Yeah.
thing, and they weren't even dating, and the comment section was
Yeah, no,
so
it's mad.
Was
toxic. I was like,
hot.
okay. There's like, oh, it was like, oh, because you dropped the song Black, so you're only picking and choosing when you want to support black people. I was like, she just dropped a photo with it wasn't even a white girl. I think it was like Hispanic or something like that, Latino, something like
Yeah.
that. But because it wasn't black, people said that,
Mm.
oh, he's being a coon and whatnot. And I took a step back and just said, nah, this is not for me. This is actually
Coon,
just
but
too
they
yeah.
always
crazy.
do that though.
They do,
Michael
even
B.
with
Jordan had
Kendrick Lamar
a
as
party.
well.
Well,
Anybody who's
I
black, like
think
a big
I
top black
think
figure.
I think it's
What?
done because he said with a big top black figure
Yeah,
album.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
so
I
they had
think
like
it's
an extra difference, like
But it's
they have
so
a
mad to
higher
me
bar, man.
that they tried to use the whole song that
Yeah, no, it's
that
crazy.
Dave made about black and try to use that against him. Like, oh, you should be black everything. You shouldn't even drop.
Yeah.
You should be talking. It sounded like they just didn't want to talk to white girls. Period. And I was like,
Yeah.
bro,
I
let's
think
just-
Oh,
it
that's
goes.
just
I think it goes with the fact that I think a lot of celebrities, even black guys, a lot of people, a lot of black women, they're like they don't see themselves there amongst the black men, like them being like taken by black men. So they're like when they continuously see a woman that's not black with a black man, they're like, okay, but like why don't where are my girls, like why don't they want dark skinned women with them?
Yeah.
And I think it's just how society has portrayed it, because there are guys who do go for black women. Maybe society doesn't show a lot of them, but I think the general consensus among these black women is that they don't see these guys going for women who look like them. So they're like, oh, they just must be colors. They don't like women that are dark skinned, has to be white, has to be Hispanic, has to look like this. Whereas when black women are portrayed on TV, a lot of the time they're made not to look good. So they want to be with a man to look good. So that portrayal of black women isn't valid. It doesn't make any sense, kind of thing.
that was a good point, actually.
Yeah, that's
Keeping that
true.
now.
Because I noticed like with outlets like the Shade Room and stuff like that, they always post content like that. And I feel like it's just to stir more trouble in the community. So
Yeah.
No,
just to get
100%.
numbers and
Yeah.
views and so on.
It's not so much like spreading the news. It's just like what stirs the most controversy. in the comment
exactly.
section.
What gets the
Yeah.
most views and so on, so they get ads and so on.
Because that actually just shouldn't have been a news title that Dave dropped a photo with a girl that was
Yeah.
not black, but it just became a big
It
thing.
wasn't actually a photo though. The problem was he had a party, like it was like a boat party, and
Yeah.
there was no
And
black
no,
girls at all.
there's
Like,
no, yeah, I don't think there's anyone dark skin at all.
But I
It's
said,
I
all
don't
like,
think there was any black girls
there was
at
no black
all.
girls in general
Yeah.
at all. Like,
like
Where, like-
ambiguous mix and then upwards
Yeah.
in terms of in terms of skin tone.
Mm.
That's why
that's it. So I'm being honest now. So would you look at that photo and like raise an eyebrow?
I would
I
raise my
personally
eyebrow, but
didn't care. I don't
I
know.
wouldn't do it.
I
Photo's not
saw
that
it and I
deep.
was just like, okay, like I don't
but
care.
it is them ones like, oh,
No.
you're
If
having a party, where's the black girl?
news title, if it was just Dave
Oh.
dropping that photo and you saw that, would you
Oh.
yourself
If
raise
I
an
saw the
eyebrow?
video, if you saw the whole video,
Mm.
because the photo could just be like once a month, there could have been another black girl there. But if I saw the whole
Yeah,
video
exactly.
Yeah.
If it was
with
a
no black
video,
girl there,
then
I would raise an eyebrow, but I won't say anything
Yeah.
more than that. That's
To be honest, I think I would not be surprised. And I think it's more the way, like I said, society, you don't see black women in those spaces a lot of the time, unless that's like she's famous as well. But like you just don't see it. So it's kind of a thing where it's like, I'm not really expecting them to be black women there, because a lot of the time they're surrounding themselves with white women. And what am I gonna do about it? Like, it's not my problem. I'm not gonna care, because
Mm.
this is the norm. until you start seeing a lot of more black women in these places, then I'd be like, okay, it's more normal. But because it's a casual thing now, I'm like, okay, that's how he is. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, that's why I
Go
don't
on
really
with
have
it.
a reaction to it, because it's like I'm not surprised. So I
That's
don't
it.
know.
I don't know why people are even shocked because Dave's girlfriend is white. Like,
What?
He has a girl.
yeah, like he has a girl
Oh,
on the low who is white. Like,
then why are people chatting?
Yeah, I didn't know he
They're
had a
trying to
girlfriend.
chat. I can't lie.
Yeah, no, me either.
Yeah, I didn't know he had a girl.
Trouble.
And
yeah,
like I was
if you
talking
have
to
him on
someone
Snap,
about
you
this whole
see, like,
situation, yeah. And like it's kind of like again, I want to defend him, but it's a murky area because when I brought up the point that there was one music video he did, and you could clearly see that he was trying to like make sure that like all shades of black women were there. I think it was Professor X, something like that. And I brought up that point, but then she was saying stuff like, "Oh, he could easily just be doing that to like ride on the BLM wave." And I'm like, bro, you
Yeah.
could say that for anybody then.
not
It's kind of just like,
everything's BLM wave.
No,
Like,
Yeah, not
Yeah,
everything,
but not
but
even
that's
a
that's
lot,
a true
lot.
point though.
That's a true point. I've seen on
Yeah.
TikTok a lot of like big TikTok stars who make like a story or make like a video saying, "Oh, I love black women," so on, just to get views and so on. But then when you
Yeah,
see who
exactly.
they follow no black women at all.
That's
Like,
the
it's just
thing.
completely
I
white
can't.
women.
I can't lie. That's how I determine. Not what I'm interested in someone, but like that's how in my head. That's how I know how someone is. If someone is like, if I go to your following and you don't follow any like, and the thing is, right? It's so I've seen this in footballers because I like football. I'm interested in football, and so if I go through who you're following and you follow hella black men, but there's not one black woman, it's like, and it's not even like you're not in the same spaces with them because a lot of them are British, so there's black women in England. Like, do you know what I mean? It's not like they're not there.
yeah.
They're black women that go to motives too, that go to the same motives. So when there's not one black woman or one even like for because some of them it's like a lot of them is ambiguous. It's ambiguous women. So it's like as if there's not
I
one
don't know
black
what
woman.
it is about footballers. Like,
They
besides
just
like
they
Raheem
don't.
Sterling, footballers always have like a white or mixed race
Yeah.
wife or
Yeah, I don't
girlfriend.
know
Every
what
single
it
one.
is.
I think it's almost a thing where it's like it looks better for them.
Like a
Trophy
trophy for
status.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like a
Like
trophy
yeah.
wife.
something like that.
Yeah.
Like none of them. I think I found it dude one footballer. I can't remember where he plays, but like he had a black girlfriend, a black wife, and he was white, and that caught me off guard.
Is it the
because I
guy?
was like,
Is he Belgian or something?
yeah,
Yeah, I know him. Yeah.
That caught me
yeah.
so off guard because I was like, wait, what? Because like you never see this.
And his name is
That's how it is.
De Bruyne or something.
Yeah, I thought it was. I
Yeah.
thought it was Kevin De Bruyne, but it wasn't. But I was shook.
I never even knew that. I didn't know that was a thing with footballers. That's crazy.
Nah.
No, I
Crazy.
knew, like I know it's
because like most of any black entertainer, like you see a lot of them, like Terry Crews, and he's like a big black entertainer. He has a white
Exactly.
wife. It's like it's the big thing, man.
Very
It's been
big.
known.
That's
It's crazy
crazy.
the way society works. I think that's why
Yes.
black women are like. I think some of them they're like they hope that it will be different with certain people, and when it's not, they're just like, ah, here, look, okay, let me bash and bring him down because he's not what I wanted him to be, kind of thing.
But again, it does stem from that young age growing up in white, heavily populated areas.
But would you not unlearn like
Nah, but you have to be conscious of that.
really,
You have
like,
to be
You have,
very
you have to be
self-aware of
you have
that.
to first accept. You have to first accept what
Very-
you were
you're
doing
not
was
really
wrong for you.
aware that
Yeah,
it's
true.
wrong. Like, you're not aware that's wrong. Like,
And for a lot of people, they wouldn't want to listen to somebody that's like on a hostile,
Or
like,
preachy mode.
it not kind of move to them. And it takes a certain level of, not humility, but like it
Self-awareness.
takes like a god level of just like understanding for a black woman to try explain to a black man how this is and what you're doing is wrong. So that's why I can't really blame them if their first reaction is hostile because this is how they feel. It's very emotional. They're very emotional people like that. So it's kind of like I can see both sides of the argument. But
and
like
it's also them ones like in secondary school. Yeah, did you move to black boys?
I went to an all-girls school.
in secondary school,
Yeah.
that's mad.
But in general, did you move to black boys?
No, but like I had like
Exactly.
black
But
friends and stuff.
But from the moment you go into that first year, the white girls are fetishizing black boys and they're moving to black boys. So black boys are taking it as because obviously when you're younger, you're not getting kissed, chased and stuff because you think you're ugly, but it's just really because you're black. Like, so
Yeah.
when you actually start getting attention from the white girls, it's like, you might even low-key know that's fetish, but you don't care. Like, you're like,
Yeah,
I
that's
like
true.
this
That's
attention.
true.
Like,
That's so
No,
true.
that's true. That's true.
It's true.
so
Yeah.
until like you get to like 17, 18, 19, when you realize, oh, there's actually so many good-looking black girls. Some guys aren't able to unlearn. Like, it's years of unlearning. You can't unlearn years of stuff like so quickly. Like,
Yeah,
it takes time.
it's
Like,
not a switch. It
Mhm.
takes time.
it takes
Yeah.
time. Like, so it's them ones. Some people never unlearn that thing and just go to be. That's why it's them ones like black guys when they're on the process of unlearning. They start going, "Oh, you're paying for a black girl," and they actually think it's a
Yeah. I hate
compliment.
that statement.
They actually think it's a compliment, but obviously
Mm.
black guys are like, "What? Are you stupid?" Like, that's
Mm.
not a compliment at all. Like, you
No,
get me?
yeah.
Like,
What I think
That
is
makes
mad
so
in that
much
whole
sense.
situation, what I think is mad in that whole situation is some of these guys will go on Twitter and, like you said, like to them it's like no black girls because the white girls were interested in them. So they go on Twitter and say black girls, ew, da da da, and then it's mad because then they'll settle in the end with a black woman, and the same process could have happened to their daughter. And like, say like someone a famous does that, and then you bring up the tweet, and they end up with a black woman, and you bring up the tweets to their daughter, and that's what their daughter is seeing that their father used to be like. That's a mad thing to see. And so the daughter, because from all of this insecurity, like because of the man's insecurity in that sense, a girl can now become insecure of herself because of his insecurity. So it's like a loop effect. Because he's insecure because
Mhm.
because of that, she'll now become insecure. It's like, oh, black guys don't like me, or guys in general don't like me. So it's like a whole domino effect kind of thing.
Mm.
Definitely like a generational thing
Yeah,
because
it's true.
Yeah.
we have a lot of like colorist parents. If you're going to speak frankly about it, like colorism runs rampant in a lot of Nigerian and I'm sure Angolan
It is.
societies. So
Mm-hmm.
we need to
Colorism
And
is the biggest in
Congo as
Africa.
well.
Like, colorism actually is the worst in our own continent. Like, where it
Yeah.
shouldn't be a
Mm.
problem at all. Like,
in Africa
Sure.
and in India, like in terms of
Yeah.
like skin bleaching products, we spend the most in terms of
Yeah.
skin bleaching products out of the
Mhm.
entire world. So it's actually a
Mm.
mad thing.
I think
We've
Nigeria is
talked
number
about it.
2 or something in
I know
bleaching.
India's very high, like maybe top
Yeah,
3.
India's
And
number
Yeah.
1, and Congo was like 3 after Nigeria or something. I don't know, but
it's very
Nigeria's
mad.
number 2.
I
Mad thing
remember
still.
one time I was talking to my friend, and she's from like the East, yeah, and she was saying that like, oh, like I remember she was young, like, and a baby was born, like, yeah, and the baby was dark, like, and like
Mm.
they were all like, all the kids were like, oh, the baby's so cute, it's beautiful, and all the like moms and aunties were like, oh, why are you calling this baby cute? Like why are you calling this baby beautiful? Like they see
Wow.
darker skinned tone babies as like ugly, like it's
They
not
Yeah.
said that
something
to
to
the,
be
they said that to the
proud
mom.
about. Like, they said that to the moms, and the aunties said that to the kids.
I'll kick them out.
Mm.
Teach them.
They
Man.
do.
Wait,
No,
the
that's-
own mom said that to the
No, the
about their
aunties
own
and
kid.
aunties.
No, the
The
aunties.
Oh, the aunties, okay.
No,
The
some
moms
moms
already know
bleach
the
their
mentality,
kids.
so they won't really say
Yeah.
no. Like,
At
Some
an
moms
early age
bleach
like
them,
that.
as babies. I know like a good few
Yeah.
aunties that bleached their babies. Like,
Yeah.
oh well, like,
I know
that's
people that
wise.
don't look the same. I know people that don't look the same. 10 years ago,
yeah,
hella dark, and now she looks different. But I
yeah.
think also the way society is, it's kind of changing, because it's more like, oh, like black is beautiful. Everyone noticed that. Everyone recognized that. Like, I have an auntie who, I think I've said it before here on the podcast as well.
Yeah.
I have an auntie who, when we were younger, my sister's a lot darker than me. My auntie was like, ah, look at you. You're so dark. You're not pretty. You're ugly. But now she's come around and said to me, I'm not a real African. I'm not a Nigerian, because I'm a lot lighter than my sister, saying my sister is a real African woman. So see how things have changed, because we're like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, black is beautiful.
But that's
now
not
because
even a
I'm lighter,
compliment. Like,
That's not a good thing
it's
either.
not.
it's not a compliment.
No,
Yeah.
that's what I mean. Look how, that's what I mean though. It's just, it's the way people's mentality are changing. Like, there just needs to be a balance. There needs to be like, you need to know right from wrong, kind of thing. And it's a long process, but it's a process that needs to happen.
But the thing is,
Yeah.
right and wrong is subjective. Like, right and wrong is whatever we normalize right and wrong to be. Like,
Yeah. True.
so people are saying, oh, dark skins, it's not like what anybody should be into. Then that's what society will agree on together as a collective. So dark skins will get no love. Now people are like, oh, dark skins should be appreciated. Black is beautiful. Now everybody will then hop on the wave.
Yeah,
It shouldn't
exactly.
be a
A
trend.
wave at all.
Skin
Yeah.
color should never be a trend,
It
but it is like
shouldn't.
that's how
Yeah.
society works. Whatever is normalized is what people will do. Like,
Like I know one of my mom's friends was telling my mom that like she's getting too dark, it's time to brighten up and all that. I was just like, time to brighten up, like it's just crazy.
I used to not be like getting darker in the summer. I used to purposely stay inside because I was like, I don't want to get darker. Because back that's what they would tell you. It's like, you don't want to get dark, you don't want to get dark. So I
Yeah.
would stay inside. And then summer after summer, I was going to warm places. I got hella dark because I didn't used to be this dark. And so it was like a thing where it's like black is beautiful. I'm like, cool, I look good the way I do. So it's just you also just like personally, we need to know what is good for us. Forget what society's saying. What's good for
Yeah.
us? You can't be just jumping on the bandwagon saying, yeah, this is cool. That's why cancel culture is dangerous.
Yeah, exactly. That's true.
Going back to
Yeah.
your other, what were the other? You had 5 insecurities at the beginning. We said height. We said,
Oh, sex game and
oh yeah,
like dick size.
Second is
I
dick
don't know
size,
how
yeah.
I don't know how that got into what we're talking about, but that's what we were talking about before, like sex game and like stereotypes for black men and pressure from society. I was gonna say like, would you say that pressure in terms of like black guys sex game and stuff like that, would that be from girls or from other guys or society?
I
Both.
think it's a bit of both.
I think it's guys first, and then like girls like immediately second. What you guys?
I think
Nah, I think
don't
the
know.
So
action
guys,
the action is definitely girls, but the perception is guys.
what you mean? Like elaborate.
Like you could have done nothing at
Mm,
all, like, but there are guys who that's why there's guys who lie about doing stuff with girls after they've just been rejected and they never did anything, like, because the
mm,
perception is how it looks good to the boys, like.
But then in
But
the
the
heat
that's
of
actual
true.
actual
in
of
the
having
actual
like
moment, you
the
would want to
actual
be
game,
gassing
like of
yourself
actually
up.
having
Yeah.
sex,
Yeah.
you want to do well because you want to do well because of the girl, like it's not about the guys at all.
Yeah.
Mm. Interesting.
It's
well,
deep, man.
I feel like obviously like you said, you mentioned porn earlier because of how people's perfection I can't speak, people's perceptions form because of these things. And again with that 100% goes into it, because I remember there was one meme going around and you have the one white woman on the couch and
Yeah,
then you have
surrounded
like
by the
the
Five
surrounded by the
fellas.
black fella,
yeah.
and it's like everybody is supposed to know what that means just by looking at the picture. And then so now when especially when women look at black men and then you have the white women that look at black men, they're like, that's what they're expecting from getting with a black man, getting with a black man. So
Mm.
it's like what society is presenting them, and then that's how they project what they're expecting on a man.
Porn
Yeah.
is very dangerous.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually one of the most dangerous things
Mm-hmm.
in our society because
Mm.
porn creates fantasies that are just completely unrealistic, like,
Yeah.
and it
Mm.
actually does them a lot of like, I think it does them violence towards women
Oh,
because
100%.
of a
Mm.
lot of things, like
Like
that
we just
whole
saw the
like,
case in America, man. That was completely very much due to that porn addiction. So you're right.
and it does give into a lot of fetishes that shouldn't be okay, like that whole fetish of like, oh, being into schoolgirls and stuff, like that shouldn't be
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah. I never
Absolutely.
understood that.
like you're a 40-year-old man, that's not what you should be like into, like.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. And
And
if
like,
like, oh, sorry.
and them I'll just finish quickly, like them
Mm.
ones where like you're seeing, like, obviously in porn they're doing the maddest stuff, like they're doing front flips, back flips, they're doing the maddest stuff, like. So obviously from you're a young kid, like I say most boys start watching porn like 11, 12 onish, like. So once you get to like 16, 17 and it's your first time to start doing that stuff, you're gonna start doing flips, back flips, and you're like, that's just not what you should be doing, like, you get me, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say, so like, if a white girl was to like move to you or has moved to you before, would you automatically think it's a fetish thing?
It depends on how she moves. Like if she just moves to me like a normal person, I'll be like, I bet this is a normal person. Let me just speak to her normal. But if she's trying to see like, oh, what are you on? If she's trying to, if she thinks I'm immediately aroused by her moving to me, I'm like, I bet I know what she's on now.
No, you can tell straight away, like, you can
Mm.
tell straight away, like, most of the
What?
times you won't even be on that, like, oh, I'm gonna cover this girl. When a white girl comes to move to you, you know straight away you're just gonna want to either guess home and leave, like, you're like, this is never gonna be a serious thing, like.
Mm. And what
Yeah.
about you, Maiwa?
Sorry, say the question again. I've blanked out.
Why
So,
were loads white girls, man?
this is why I stayed silent for a minute because I was waiting for Bruno to start chatting. Sorry, Brittany, explain.
Why
Say the
was
question.
probably
Say
the
the
most
question again.
expert in this area here. Like,
Yeah, no, you
That's
actually are, man.
cap. That's
No,
cap.
you are. You're absolutely
Brittany,
right.
say
look here,
the
Myra.
question
Yeah.
again.
So
Of the
I
three of us boys, like, who has been with the most white girls?
And
You. So you
successful
have the
in
most
duration as
experience.
well.
Alfred,
yeah,
let's not
Duration as
bait
say the
out
question,
stories,
really.
yeah. Because
Say the
if
question.
let me
Bro,
not
do
even
you want
start.
to talk about your stories, man? You want to talk about your stories?
Okay, you know what? Let's get into the meat and potatoes, yeah. Listen,
Bet.
yeah. Alfred's only
Hey.
chatting, yeah. Alfred's only chatting because
Nice
my owns,
Yeah,
they become
my way.
successful.
Success? No.
Huh?
Hey, tell me how.
But
how did the
Alfred's
first two end?
own. The
No,
reason
tell
why
me how-
Alfred's not
Wait,
ranked
let him
number
talk,
one
Alfred.
is
Let him
because the
talk.
girls.
Let him talk.
Alfred's only vexed because when he his one's not on top of my one because when he moves to them, the success rate is a bit lower. That's all I'm gonna say. That's why he's just getting vexed right now.
True.
Wow.
True. But let's speak about how those first two ended. Those white girls ended, man. Because I it's true.
Oh yeah, let's go back to this white girl thing, please.
No, my question was basically like, so if a white girl was to move to you, would you automatically think it's a fetish?
That's for you, man.
I won't lie, at the back of my mind, yeah. Because me personally, I have this thing where any sort of like, it might be even a bad thing, but any sort of positive, like, I don't know, kind of like reaction someone has towards me, I'm kind of like, what's this girl or guy trying to get out of me, blah, 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 blah. So then if it's a white girl, the first thing I'm thinking of is maybe she's only like me for a black guy. So that's just maybe a meeting, but like I get, like Bruno said, like you feel them out like very, very quickly on what they're kind of on. If it's like a normal thing where she just likes you for you, you'll get that. If you can tell that she's trying to like very quick to, you know, get in the bed with you or talk to you or, you know, lips you, blah, 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 you can say, okay, listen, yeah, it could be my looks, but I feel like it's because of my color.
Nah, it's because of your color. Because this
Definitely
it's not like the way it is in England and America. There's only 3% of the population in Ireland is black, like. So we don't have hoods and ghettos where predominantly black people, where if there is a white person there, then it would make sense why they would actually genuinely only be into black people. Like there's bare white most times in a class, there's 1, 2, 3 black people. There's no reason for the white girl to see all these white boys and just only like the black guy and actually only be into the black guy because they're actually into the black guy. It wouldn't make sense, like.
Only in specific cases where, like, again, okay, only in specific cases, like, again, they were brought up in that culture, but for a lot of them, they're not.
But you wouldn't be grown up in that culture though,
They've
because
seen
it's
a few
not there. Like,
episodes. Yeah, exactly. Well, okay, yeah, that's true. Yeah, they've seen a few episodes of Fresh Prince, and they're like, yeah, that's what the energy I'm on. That's the timing I'm on.
Bruno, I need to ask, do you wear glasses?
Nah. How Leslie caught that, I don't know.
He
look at
pointed at the screen.
Yeah,
the way
the
he
squinted
the whole
sis.
time. And then when Brittany typed that, I was like, he was trying to see what she wrote. Oh my god.
There's a small boxes like and a small
Wow,
writing.
oh my days. Brittany, that means you're the only one that doesn't wear glasses.
Yeah.
Oh,
I won't lie, Bruno only be wearing them for like
I only wear them
those
in
sorts of
college,
things.
like,
Yeah.
Like
and when
on a day-to-day
I'm
basis,
doing
you can see
assignments or
most
so.
of
Day to day,
yeah.
I can see most of, so I'm calm with it.
And even when I'm outside, I'd be wearing contacts. So
I don't know how I feel about contacts.
I used to hate them. Like I used to think that the idea of putting
I don't like
in your
stuff
eye
in my eye. Yeah,
is disgusting.
Yeah, I'm scared of
after
And
because
if I get nails,
they make sure that when you leave that place with your package or of contacts, that you can safely put them in and out. I had to do it like 6 times before they allowed me. I was like so confident that I was like I can put them in within like 10-20 seconds. So it's
yeah,
just
but I feel like
that
I'll be that one statistic guy who accidentally falls asleep with them on, and then it's in the back of your brain, like.
I've always
even that one, I asked the girl in Vision Express like what's happened, because that was one of the myths I was scared of. I was like, what if I just lock? I go to a party, I'm tired, I go to bed, wake up, and I can't see anymore. Goes like, even if that were to happen, even if that were to happen, the contacts that I got specifically, I can't speak for all contacts, they would still be there, and like I could still take them out. It's just that they're the drier they get, the harder they are to like take off. So this is kind of like
that's scary. That sounds so
once
scary.
my eyes drooping, I'll just be taken out because I can't do that.
No, I just take them off as soon as I get home. But that's just a natural thing I do because I've been wearing glasses so long that I can actually I can notice that the weight is no longer in my nose. I know I'm wearing contacts.
Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah, it's mad. It's mad. This glasses life is. I was going up the other day and I think I saw somebody I knew, but I didn't know it was them because I wasn't wearing my glasses and I don't have contacts. I was like, let me go blind instead. Instead, it's fine. Let me just be walking around.
But
I
like,
don't see people.
are you like badly need glasses, or is it just like you can actually move day to day? Because for me, I'm seeing Minecraft as soon as I take off my glasses. Like every single time someone meets me, the
Yeah,
second thing
Moy
or
was
third thing they
bad,
always
man.
say, if they
Moy
see
was
me, if
bad.
they're seeing like if they're walking like beside me, oh Moy, your glasses, your lenses are so thick, and I have to explain to them that these are thinned down. Like I'm bad. So like, what about you, Leslie?
They're not crazy thick, but like my thing is I need my glasses more than often because I'm long sighted in one eye and short sighted in the other eye. So it's like a thing where if I want to be going around without the
I've never
glasses,
heard that before.
I'll be closing one eye like this
Yeah.
and closing the other eye like this to be trying to see. So and if I'm trying to get the bus, I'm not trying to risk that. So let me just go with my glasses. I'm like,
Look,
where am I
I'm
going?
gonna,
So I
I'm gonna
can't
tell
do
you
that.
this. I'm gonna tell you the story right now, yeah. Because I didn't think other people do that yet.
Wait,
There was
can
one
you hold
time.
your story? Can you hold your story for the next
All
call?
right, yeah.
Sorry.
Be quick with this next call. Last
Yeah,
one
I
took
will.
too
I
long,
will.
Yeah, off of what Leslie said when she was like, I think I'm close sighted in one eye. Yeah, I think I'm that as well. Because I remember there was one time, yeah, because usually I only use my glasses in college or if I'm home doing schoolwork. Any other time I don't really use it. So this time I actually forgot my glasses and I had a test. I had an exam. But the exam was like, oh, you need to be able to see the board to the exam. And I came in kind of late. So all the seats up the front were taken. So I was just sitting down. I whip my. I think this is gonna be a calm exam. I've studied. I can't see the board though. The board is blurry. I'm like, yay. And like normally, if in class I lack my glasses, I just ask some of these notes or something, or I just copy of them as calm. We can't copy an exam. So I'm like, yeah. What am I supposed to do? Like, and I remember one time I was in class and I actually did that. Like, if you actually do close your one eye and you stare at the board, you actually see it perfectly. Like, so in the exam, the whole exam, like whenever nobody was looking, I was just like this.
It's
I didn't
stress
even know
for
that.
real. It's stress. It's not easy, like because when I got these glasses, I got them strengthened, and they gave me the wrong prescription. For some reason, they gave me I cannot remember the exact numbers, but it was like plus for both of them, whereas one should have been minus. So the whole day I was like, this isn't right. Like one eye is blurry, even though like it's the exact same in both. And so I went back to them, and they were like, actually, look, we've given you the wrong prescription. That was meant to be a minus because you're long-sighted in the other eye. So it's like you're
Yeah.
short-sighted in the other eye. So it's like, yo, we need to fix that. Because here was me going the whole day. I was like, what is wrong with my eye? Like things were just not making sense. Like one eye was hella blurry and the other eye was perfect with my glasses on. So they went and fixed it. And I was like, yeah, because they told me ages ago that it was like that. Because just because in one eye, if I want to see something close to me, I close one eye. And if I want to see something further away, I close the other eye. It's mad. But like, it's annoying at the same time.
Are you recording, Whitney? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says the recording thing there. Yeah.
Recording. Anyway, getting back to the topic at hand.
What were the
which
other
was
two insecurities?
the insecurities.
Yeah, because I actually forget.
Physique.
Oh,
It was just
yeah.
sex game and dick game mixed together, and then physique.
Was that the last one?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because
That was
physique
the only one we haven't done.
Yeah, physique is kind of a hard one because you have all these guys who are. I think it goes like with society, but it also goes with girls as well. Because it's like you see hella guys having six packs at the age of 16, and then you have these girls be like, oh, I want a guy who looks like this, who's mostly da da da. Oh, this is what I like in a guy, and so it's like it builds a really
I
specific
don't
type
really
of
see girls say that. I actually
very
don't see
strange.
girls say that a lot.
Very strange because like a
guy.
lot of
Go on
guys
Twitter.
body shapes
Oh,
are
yeah.
When
That's
you-
are
right.
accepted. Like you have dad bods, you have skater boy body types, tall and skinny. You have like bodybuilder body types, like shredded. So it's like there's a lot of like different types of guys that are acceptable that girls are like, oh yeah, I fuck with this one. But I don't know if it's the same with girls. I feel it's a lot less.
I don't think girls are strict on it.
Yeah,
it's
because
them
I
ones
don't
like-
see it a
strict.
lot.
Boys are
It's not
strict,
like
I think-
height,
guys are
like
strict on it.
the girls aren't really
no,
strict
Yeah,
on
not
it.
like height. Yeah.
Like
I
there's
think
girls.
if
who are always
You-
like, sorry, can you?
Sorry, I was gonna say just quick. If you go on TikTok, you'll see. Oh, it's like I like this, and this kind. Maybe it's just TikTok and Twitter.
It probably is, yeah.
You'll see they'll be like, oh, this is what I like when you ask girls what turns them on or what turns them on, like in a physique and a guy, like there's certain
Very-
things they'll be
there's
like
a
it has
lot.
to be this, it has to be
Mhm.
that, it has to be like this.
You have,
Whereas
like, yeah,
what were you
also,
saying?
you have like 40-year-old gentlemen, like great sideburns that girls be like, oh yeah, this guy turns me
Ah,
on.
that's a select
Nah, that
audience
one's
that we
different.
don't
Like
even
that.
want to speak about them girls anymore. I know who Alfred's thinking of when he says that rubbish, and that girl is just she's a diamond in the rough. That girl, that's just specific audience. I can't
I
like.
don't know who you're talking about, but I've seen like that type of archetype of a man, like that older gentleman that girls seem to type of like in some way. I'm not
This
really
like okay, me personally, yeah. I think that's some deeper inside her that she needs to sort that thing out. I don't know about that one. I can't lie to you.
that
That whole
is-
daddy issue thing, that could be a
Yeah.
thing there. I can't lie to you.
But I've
'cause
seen like a lot of
to you
different
at
types
the
of-
age of 19, 20, say that you're into 40-year-old men. It's a
And
bit
pot
mad.
bellies.
Mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, that's the dad part I was talking about. Like they like the whole package, the whole face, the whole like pop belly thing. I'm like,
But what I will say nowadays is that like girls are not even into the whole, some of them still are the whole Captain America kind of bod thing. It's more so the lean, like
Yeah.
sculpted kind
Yeah.
of guys aesthetic looking
Yeah.
guy on-
We said
on
this with
TikTok
Down Knock,
you'd be
yeah.
seeing.
Gator boy type
That's
fight.
true.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Mhm.
But it's like scare boy, but he has to have like
Be white.
He still has a figure, but he's just really lean. That's a
yeah,
white,
yeah, basically that. Because like I think as well, girls have kind of slightly gone off like really like six-pack looking guys like this, and because especially the bodybuilder. Actually, if there was a type of guy that I would actually be like, nah, I'm not really interested in that. It's more of a bodybuilder type guy. Because
Same.
there's
Yeah.
just too much muscle
Yeah.
sometimes. Like actually,
Scary.
like sometimes I look at that and I'm like, no.
Those
Like
are the
no.
guys that eat pure whey, like they eat pure protein
Yeah,
powder.
Yeah,
that's
now
don't
that
use
scary.
no
scares
milk,
me.
like.
That
That's
scares me so
scary.
much.
Wow,
Imagine
but
he gets angry by one time. What do you run?
He sacrifice you, man, for extra gain to man. He sacrifice you for meant to extra gain to his body.
I
Nah,
think
it's
look,
like
most of the requirements physically that girls have, besides height, girls aren't really even strict. Boys are more like, oh, they
Boys
have
are
to have
strict,
this and they have to
yeah.
have that.
boys are a lot
But-
more like they take physical properties a
Yeah, like-
lot more than girls do,
Yeah,
in
they
terms of
do.
Whereas
How
girls aren't
girls-
really strict. Like girls would be
That's
like,
how-
oh, I've met bare girls who are always like, oh, I only like guys who are henchman or certain bodies, yeah. And they're like, oh, I wouldn't go for a skinny guy. But when a skinny guy moves to them, they're calm with it, like it's not a
Yeah,
problem.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like that's how girls can fall for one guy wouldn't find attractive, because I think girls really do focus on the personality, but then
Yeah,
at
we
the same
do.
time it's also like what you bring to the table, as in like when you're talking about like financially stable and all those things,
Mhm.
like if in terms of physique and look, that's probably the least important thing for
Mm.
probably a majority of girls. Like
Yeah.
if you can make her laugh, if you can do this, she's calm.
Mhm.
So
The girls have that thing though that's like girls have the same thing that boys will have, where like you fell for this person mainly because of personality, and then you're calm with that person because you're like, oh, I really like this person. But when it comes to like, oh, you have a boyfriend, oh, what's he look like? But like, oh, you didn't think they were good looking before, so like when you're showing the picture, your hand's shaking, like,
Stop, for real, for
like
real.
do girls have that
Nah.
same like?
Yeah, I think they
Mm.
do, because it's always like, oh, but like he looks better in person.
Yeah,
Or
it's always
You know
that.
them
It's
ones where
always that.
them ones where they have to scroll for a good 30 seconds on their Instagram.
Yeah.
Like, wait, let me get a good photo.
No, I had
it's
one
actually
friend that
bad.
was like, this is his best picture. And I was just like, why would you say
You
that?
take better pictures. You
Wow.
do. Yeah, because guys don't take, not like, I think it's getting better now, but guys used to not take good pictures. Like you'd be like, oh, look at
Yeah,
this
guys
guy, and
couldn't.
Oh, it's much better now, yeah.
those
Yeah.
doesn't. It's just like, guys, trust me, he looks so much better in person. You actually have to like be like, chill out. Like I'm telling you, he actually does look good because of that. But I wanted to say, so my statement, my motto of 2021 is men have the audacity. That's what they have. And I wanted to bring this up because when we're talking about like what guys, like in terms of physique and girls, I just
Mhm.
feel like, when they're asking for a lot and it's like, but what do you bring to the table, kind of thing. I just feel like it's something that needs to be addressed a little bit, because I'm like, okay, but why are you asking for so much in a girl? but she's not really asking for that much as well. Do you know what I
feel
mean?
it's like how patriarchal our society was before, because like very much so, it was like the girl has to bring everything physical, whereas the man brings everything financial, everything like that. Like her physical appearance was the only thing that she had to offer, that she had to barter with. You get what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like playing, like dripping down to our way of thinking. Whereas a lot of men are still in that type of thinking where, okay, the girl has to look like this because that's what I value, like, because that's what she's bringing to the table for me. That's how I understand
Yeah,
it.
because it's like a girl can have very little, like here and there. I need this, is not, but it's not that deep. Whereas a guy will focus heavily all of his preferences on the physical aspects. So it looks like he's asking for way more from the girl, but it could be like a net kind of thing. It's just that the girl asks for like little tidbits here and there from different aspects of the guy's character and how he is as a person, this and that.
And guys and girls are just different. Like
yeah, and
girls are
people have to realize
more emotionally involved, whereas guys are more physically involved. Like guys like what they see, where girls like what they hear. That's why guys lie and girls wear makeup. Like,
controversial.
Wow, you had to bring that in.
Whoa, really, that has to be the quote of the episode. That has to be the quote of the
We're
episode.
gonna use that.
Oh
It's
my
true, though.
days, it is though.
It is true, and I understand that, like, as a men, as a society, we need to actually unlearn some stuff. But at the base of it, you can't take that one genetic trait out of it, because otherwise, you wouldn't even just have to call us men anymore. Because
like,
it's completely.
That's why there's so many. That's why there's so many where like it's girls are looking for a relationship, but guys just want to fuck around. Like, because guys are on that physical aspect, where girls are always usually on that emotional. They want emotional connection. Like,
that's what she's asking. What are we?
Yeah,
and he's not thinking about
exactly.
that.
And I've never heard a guy ever ask why are we like.
If he is, he's fully like he's deep, like he likes her, like it's a whole. That's the kind of guy I'm trying to find, because
Still
please,
won't ask
none
what
of
are
this
we. He'll just be vexed, like he'll just be like, why are you talking to other man? But he won't ask what are we. But girls will ask what are we like.
I'm not.
Yeah, girls just do a lot of thinking. Yeah, no, I don't think I can. I feel like if you ask that, you as a girl, if you ask that, you also lack shame, because at this stage we kind of know how guys work. Yeah, we know what we're expecting. So for you to be asking, I just think for a girl to be asking what I read, you better leave, because he'll make his intentions clear.
But can I just say, about the makeup thing? The thing that sometimes doesn't make sense to me is like a lot of guys would be like, oh, they don't like a girl with too much makeup, or like just a natural look. But then they'll be going for girls who have like full beat face, and you never ever see them with like little makeup or none. So it's kind of like
that one is just insecurity. Like that one I can't back. That one is just insecurity. That's actually just boys being insecure.
That one is a girl. That one is a girl like they wouldn't mind people knowing that, like, oh, they just listen, this is not. But then you know that quote unquote wifey material and guideline thing. Makeup is one of them ones. And it's, I will say it's something a man needs to fix up on, because it's like it's very contradictory.
It's like the same way. It's like there's guys are, oh, I want a bad B, all this and that, but they don't like the attraction the girls get when their girl is a bad B. So they start to restrict what the girl starts wearing or how they look like, because they're insecure. They're like, oh, I seen her like this because I wanted this. So other guys are also going to see her that same way and going to move to her like that. And she might leave me because I'm exactly the same as those man them.
And in terms of like how you, like, so you mentioned like girls, like a guy telling a girl like what she can and can't wear. That obviously also stems from insecurity. Because it's like guys know how other guys are. You know, as a guy, what other guys are like. So it's like, don't do that kind of thing. Don't attract attention.
And another thing for me, is like, again, guys know, even the stupidest guy knows what kind of timing a girl can be on within the first few seconds. So don't go off and date a girl who likes to dress that way for herself and then expect her to change within the relationship just for you. It's just not gonna work. You need to if people actually were just, and it's never going to happen, because us as humans, we like to keep stuff key under doors, this and that, because we never want to say it with our chest. But if people were just upfront to what they want, like from the get-go, there's a lot of problems would be solved right now. But
that's so true. That's so true.
But the thing is, men sometimes they're barbarians, and if them ones,
why should you be allowed to be a barbarian? But a woman can't.
Oh, I'm not saying we're allowed. I'm just saying
that's how it's been.
Like
So we
that's
have to,
not
like,
how it is. Because
Listen,
men are
Definitely.
caveman. They
We're
just want to
we're
supply their
actually very young,
needs.
man. I
But
won't lie.
obviously, if we're upfront about it, you're gonna be like, "Oh no, that's not what I'm on." But they know, if I just lie for like a month or so, you will be on it. So I'm willing to
That's what
wait
Chuck said.
that
Remember?
month. Like
And
I'm willing to
Yeah.
wait that month.
it's a mad thing because they know if they actually were upfront with the girl will no longer be on it because she doesn't want to hear it from him saying that, oh, only gonna be like that. So it's kind of like, where do you go from there? If you're
Even
100%
girls
honest
Where
with
you go.
that are on that wave, girls don't like to be straight to the point thing, whereas boys don't like to wait around. Like girls who are
Exactly.
on that wave still would be like, oh, like sauce it up a bit, like
Yeah.
take a bit of time, show a bit of care. Like I'm not just a piece of meat. Like we will get to that, but like take a bit of time with it. Whereas guys like I don't have time for that. Like
All
just come
that
here, like
rubbish.
just come to the yard. Like when we link, like just come to the yard. Like the guys are on that
Yeah.
time and like they don't want it to waste time. Like you get me? So that's why
Yeah, man.
guys would lie. Like
That's the
That's my
exact
take on
same
it.
thing Chuck said, but I still don't think lying, it doesn't make
I'm not
sense to me.
saying it's
Like.
justified.
They're tricking
No, I
on-
get what you're saying, yeah, but like for the
It's not
people that
right.
think like that,
It's not right, but it works because they know
But
that
it
if
does
they do,
work,
if they
like,
choose the
yeah.
righteous, honest path, they know that girls
Mm.
won't even be on that wave.
righteous.
Yeah, bro.
That's
Yeah.
why a lot of nice guys aren't actually nice guys. Like they portray
just-
themselves
yeah.
as nice guys, so you'll think they're
Leslie, I
nice
told
guys.
you
On,
before.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
They're toxic guys
oh
in
no, he's actually
disguise,
so
man.
nice. But
They're
yeah,
toxic
he's
guys in
toxic
disguise,
guys in
man.
disguise. Like
That's
I
exactly.
don't like men.
not all
So
men are
sad.
like
You
that.
literally said you're looking
is-
for one
There's a lot.
a few
There's a
minutes
lot, man.
ago.
But there is
I don't like
there
them,
isn't
man.
actually. Oh, us as CMTU, we have established that men are trash. Like there is a small percentage of men that aren't trash, and I think the three of us are in that category. But yeah, it
All
is what
like
it is.
Would
hands on
you
my
guys
head.
do what you
Hands
said
on my
men
head.
do though?
No,
Like,
And
would
would you lie and
wouldn't-
stuff
if
like
she
that?
said she's not on that, would you
No.
just dip and find someone who is?
Yeah, I won't lie. I can't be bothered, man. At that
none
point,
of
I
us
can't
are
be
really on that time, and we're actually like most of us are actually just on that. Like we actually want relationship, guys.
Relationship kind of thing. It's
Yeah,
not really
like-
a thing where I'm just kind of like, hit and run kind of thing. That's not my
Yeah,
kind of
none
wave.
of us are
Wait,
on
how
that
old are
kind
you
of
guys?
Alfred, why are you laughing?
Wait,
bothered. What am I laughing?
how,
Listen,
how
yeah,
old are
listen,
you
yeah,
guys?
listen, yeah, Alfred, yeah, this guy. Let me, like, hold on. Listen, yeah,
It's beef in this club, man. This is not a roasting
we
match,
haven't
man.
had a roasting episode in a minute. So if you want to do this
Yeah.
roast episode on this collab, we can do it. But say God knows I'm not on that kind of timing.
You're not on that kind of time where you weren't on it no more, man.
What do you mean no more? I never was on that timing.
Alpha,
No,
we've
you
never been
did.
on that
You
time.
wanted to be on that time, but you couldn't do it, man. I remember that one time.
Alfred
No,
is lying on this podcast.
No. If I mention the name, we have to bleep the name, man. Can you bleep the name?
Alfred,
Can you bleep
you're
the
gonna
name?
get yourself
Okay,
killed here
just
today.
do it.
Alfred.
It was more like,
Okay, I think it's time to open up the gates of Babylon today because Alfred is trying to bait me out. Alfred is trying to bait me out. I think it's time to get back.
Wait.
All right,
Let's
get into the meat and potatoes.
Let me explain.
Let him say what he has to say.
Basically, can I say the name? Yeah. If we're
Yeah,
gonna
just
bleep
Say
say
the
it.
first
Yeah,
letter.
that was-
Yeah.
letter.
All right, wait, who's editing it? Whoever's editing it.
Oh,
bleep the
me.
name out.
Okay.
Yeah.
bleep-
Okay.
You know, remember
Yeah.
you were trying. She was trying to move to you, and you were like, "Oh man, I just want to kiss and something like that." But then she started playing games. Didn't want to do all that.
Nah. You're
How-
misconstruing that story. You're
How's that
misconstruing that story.
Tell the story. That
He was the one who was like on it, and she was also on it, but she didn't want to cuff. Like she thought that he was trying to like relationship.
I thought Maya wasn't trying to relationship. He just wanted to
See,
kiss her.
Alfred
Yeah, he wasn't.
misconstruing
But
things.
he wasn't on that wave. She thought he was on that wave of cuffing. Like
Yeah, I know he wasn't on the way.
It's the reverse, Alfred, of what you're
was the-
saying.
yeah,
So
like
were you trying to cuff?
no,
No.
he wasn't.
That's I know you weren't trying to cuff. I'm saying that you're trying to kiss her, but she.
Well, we
wasn't
were on
that.
the same timing.
They were on the same time, and like she thought he
I
was
didn't. I
trying to
didn't give
cuff,
any false
but she wasn't
narrative
trying to do
that,
that.
I was trying to get a relationship with her, and neither was she. But she thought I was. She was just misinterpreting what I was doing.
Yeah, and
So
I know-
Alfred, you played yourself.
He
No,
didn't
I
lie
was-
about anything. Like
I didn't lie about nothing. You've just stated my case. I'm not on that kind of timing. If I'm
No,
on that wave,
I wasn't saying
I'm
that
not
you're
lying about it.
I'm not saying that you're lying. I was trying to say that you're trying to just lips and do that one thing and then move on, but you couldn't do that.
That's
but
not
we
what you
were-
said 5 minutes
That's
ago.
why I said. That's why I said because lying and the lip sync point they came out at the same time. So you guys thought I was saying that he's trying to lie when I said no, he's just trying to live.
Alfie,
and
you
move
are
on.
trying to
Nah.
put me in the
I
mud, and
wasn't
I got
saying you're trying to
myself out of
lie.
that
I
one.
We
wouldn't
don't
say that
even
trying to
mean
lie.
in that kind of terms though. We mean as in like, oh, lying, like pretend you're in a relationship or lying to just get sex. Like
No.
that.
That's wrong.
No,
That's wrong. My wife hasn't done that before. I was saying that when he tried to like move and lips, just that one time for the one time, but it didn't work out. That's what I was trying to say.
But
Not that
Alfred, are you on that type of timer? Let me ask you that question.
hands up. I don't.
You what?
In terms of lying, yeah. in terms
Alfred,
of
me, I'm a
lying.
stormtrooper. I shoot innocents, so don't put your hands up. I don't care.
Hey.
You can put your hands up, but there's no mercy here. So be saying your case.
Guy, I don't lie. I don't lie, man.
So you're not on that type of timer that you're just trying to lips and not get into a relationship.
hey.
Yeah. It depends on the girl. I tend to go. Obviously, I would value relationship more, but if it's one of those type of things where it's just we can only link once, then yeah, it's not that bad. Just lips and then move on. When I mean lips,
But
just
then
kiss. I don't mean like.
why are you on Myra's ass for doing the same thing? Like
I wasn't trying to. I was just saying to say that he did it. I even.
why
admitted
are
it.
you trying to say you tried to say it like you're trying to expose him, but you're on the same type of you're on the same type of mentality. Like
I
That's
just
an
said
L. I'm sorry.
what?
No,
I have not even opened the gates yet, but Alfred is not looking good for you.
not looking good for you, Fredo.
Guy.
But anyways, what I was trying to say is that we're not on that trash type of wave. I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to lips a girl and she wanted to lips you back. Like,
Lips you as well,
Yeah.
as long as yeah.
Yeah, as long as
Consent.
consensual and that. Yeah.
Wait, my question was, how old are you guys? Because you guys said like you're not on that. How old are you guys?
I'm 20.
I'm 20.
What?
Alfred, speak.
19.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Hey, I'm the youngest. Okay, sorry.
How old are you?
I'm 20.
Oh, okay.
I'm 21.
Are you actually? When you turn 21,
Yeah.
bro?
Command.
October.
So,
Oh, rah. That's crazy.
do you pay
Damn.
bills and all? Like, do you pay
Yeah.
taxes and stuff?
No.
I know that stimmy hitting you nicely.
Oh, stop. That jokes are mad.
Them stimulus memes are killing me.
They're
Nah.
mad. They're mad. Anyway, I think this
Oh,
has gone through all the points. isn't
Yeah, I
it?
think we've gone through all the insecurities. Unless there's
Anyway.
another one that you just thought of. No.
But from talking to us, do you guys think that we're trash?
I
feel like
mean,
you might have trash friends, but I
you
Everybody
never
has
know.
trash
You
friends,
never
man.
know.
Everyone-
But you get rid of
everyone
them.
has-
You put them in the bin.
Everybody
can't-
has
you can't be
friends that
allowing
have
Yeah, but like
insecurities.
I said, there's
Mm.
only a small percentage of men who are not trash. So most of the men around us are gonna be trash guys. So obviously
I
we're
don't
gonna
like
have
hearing
some trash friends.
I
but
think
most of us-
everybody has friends that have insecurities that might come out in like some sort of a toxic way. But because it doesn't
Mm.
affect you directly, you don't completely cut them off. You might distance
Yeah.
yourself from them every now and then, but it's kind of
Mm.
like, oh, it's not really affecting me. And it is kind of like it's not really the best way of handling the situation. But if you were to cut off every single person that showed
Yeah.
some sort of insecurity
all
that
coming
the
from
blew off
broken
from it,
homes,
you'd
like-
be a very lone person in this country called Ireland.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
That's
like
true.
we're all
You
coming
never
from
see that.
broken homes.
All you
We
can
can't-
do is just
can't
try.
judge each other, like.
All you can do is just try urge them to change their ways. But at the end of the day, if they want to be a bad guy, they'll be a bad guy regardless
That's
of
what
what
I
I
said.
do.
I can't marry an Irish guy.
Scab.
I'm
Wait, are you talking
thinking
about
America
Irish
at the
white
point.
or Irish in general? Because
I
if you
can't
go to
lie, I
England,
don't-
England is on a worse timing than we are in this country
America
called
is
Ireland.
even on a worse
America is
time.
And
than
I'm
America's
not
we are.
going
even
to
worse than
America,
England.
please. No. America's
You're
a
gonna go
whole-
Australia.
No.
So you'll be
American
doing
crew.
up
No.
adventure across each
Mad.
country looking for
Mad.
a country that has no
No.
trash men, but they'll all be
I
there.
never said it. You just have to find the diamond in the rough, like you said. But I
No,
just
but-
meant
Mhm.
I don't really like the Irish accent anyway. So
Even though
I
you
just
have
really-
one.
Wait,
Now,
wait,
I don't
where
have
you
a strong
from?
Irish
Yes,
accent.
mad.
What
It comes
county
out.
are you
It comes
from?
out. It comes out. It comes out.
Guess.
Are you
Guess-
born? Were you born in Nigeria?
No,
Then why you
What
say you don't like
country
the
you
Irish
from?
accent?
You
I
have
just
one,
don't.
Leslie.
I don't think I have a very strong one.
Hey,
You do,
state
you
what
do, I
county
won't
you're
lie, you do.
from?
Do.
I'm from Dublin.
What county are you from?
Laos.
This is just very interesting. How can you say you don't like the Irish accent? You have a
I
heavy.
really, do you know what?
No,
a
it's
lot
fair,
of the time,
it's fair.
I get told I feel like.
But
it
even the
depends
way
on
you
talking
said
to you.
Dublin, you said it with a Dublin
Yeah,
accent.
but that's what I mean. Is when I tell people I'm from Dublin, or when I tend to speak to people from where, like, specifically in Tala, I sound a lot more Irish than I normally do because on normally apparently I don't have a very strong Irish
How
accent.
can you be from D24 and say I can't go for Irish guys? What?
But have you seen the guys in D24? Have you seen them?
The man them that be taking photos like this.
Nah, man. My favorite is the flash of the face in every picture.
Nah.
Wait, where are you from? Like, what ends are you from?
I'm from Kildare, Maynooth.
I'm from Dublin
Oh.
myself.
We're in
I
Dublin.
don't know. I'll say specifically where you're from.
Clondalkin.
Okay.
Wow, you can't say that no more.
And
Can't
Bruno,
get-
what about you?
Look, I grew up in Lucan most of my life. And recently I moved to the D24.
But yeah, you wanna
Look,
That's
here,
why
like,
you
I
don't
won't
know.
lie,
you
Bruno
can ask
actually says-
anybody I know. I'm
Bruno's
not
actually one of
talented.
the cases where he doesn't be walking around
I'm not
like
talented.
every single
I
day.
don't
man.
chill with any talent people at all. You can check
Guys,
my
Lucan,
Insta.
Bruno,
You
Bruno,
cannot
Bruno,
say
Bruno.
that I'm a stereotypical talent boy at all. Like,
Like,
I
he's
do
actually
not
a
hang
good
with them. Look, these the people I chill with. This guy's from Kildare.
Man them in
Wait,
Tala never wore jeans jacket in their life.
Wait. Hold on a second.
What?
I checked your Instagram there and I saw somebody in a photo and I'm pretty sure that guy's from Tala.
Who?
Connor.
Oh yeah, he's from 24. I know him from college, not
From
Tala.
college, that one's
Okay,
from
okay,
college.
okay.
I can't lie.
That's
Oh,
that's
okay.
Ah, she almost caught you.
I
Nah,
was
man,
like,
can't catch me lucky. Can't catch me
Okay, I
lacking.
get
Like.
See how
And
quick
Connor,
that
Oh, I
goes.
can't
Connor
lie.
is also on that wave as well. He doesn't chill with Tala people. Like.
What's wrong with Tala people?
they're from. Oh wait, no, never mind. I'm from Tala. Sorry.
Whoa.
No, wait, no, it's not even that.
Maybe
actually,
it's
'cause
you
I
with the
wasn't-
insecurities. First, you
No,
don't
no,
like
no, 'cause
your Irish
I
accent, and
wasn't-
now you don't like where you're from.
I
No, you
wasn't.
don't- no, first you like
Wait,
Irish
I
people in
wasn't-
general.
Let
Let me
Irish
explain.
people.
Let me explain. I moved
That's
to
the-
Tala though. I wasn't born and raised in Tala. I moved to
Ooh,
Tala.
Where were you
Where you from
raised?
originally?
Where you
Swords.
from?
Swords.
Oh, that makes sense. I was wondering because I was like, she doesn't actually have that like Tala in her like. She doesn't have that South
Bro,
Dublin-ish like.
My brother does though. That's why it's like, and I just don't like how people from Tala sound. I can't lie. Kind of
Oh.
mad.
It's not even
Because
Tala
I
though.
don't-
That's general Ireland, like general Dublin actually.
General
General Dublin sounds strong Irish accents like.
Yeah.
So strong. It's not easy.
And we
I can't
don't.
lie.
You should even be glad it's Dublin. I think Dublin has the calmest accent in the
I
country.
don't lie. If you go to Cork, sometimes
Yeah, of course.
Nah, do you know I like the northern accent?
The what?
The
North?
northern.
Yeah, the
Some
north.
of
I
them,
love
some
their
of them are
accent.
You're
nice.
smoking
I
dust,
love
man.
Dairy.
That north.
I love it. I think it's so cool.
Look, yeah, you just ruined your whole point there. You're broken.
Okay,
Because
first
you
of
can't
all,
say that you don't like the Dublin accent, but you like the North accent, which is like one of the worst areas of
No, it's
accent.
not.
in
No,
the
some of
country,
them
like.
are
they
It's
nice.
actually
actually
have
Some
quite
of them
nice.
are
some
actually
of them
nice.
actually have nice accents.
It actually
I
Like,
don't know.
okay, I said I wouldn't
Okay.
marry. I wouldn't
I
marry
won't
a
lie,
fella
they
Look
don't.
here.
from Ireland, but
Look
I'll
here.
go up to the north. I like that accent.
When you're doing the Irish listenings in secondary school, yeah, did you tell me it didn't sound brazy? Like,
I love
Yeah,
Tell me,
it.
didn't sound
no,
brazy.
those
It
Irish.
was-
Well, Bubba
the-
chugging.
It was the Kane Queen Will too. Those ones are killed.
Nah, you're finished. Like, you're finished.
You're actually finished. You're finished. Lock off this whole episode, bro.
No, wait, no, but stop. Look. Girl, people say
You should
girls
just
are
stay in
funny, but
France, like,
did we
you
not
should
make
stay
you
there,
laugh?
like.
Like,
What you
did
say,
we-
Leslie?
Girls are funny, man.
You
Come
know how
on,
you know them, but were you not laughing?
There's
Yeah,
a
I was
difference
laughing at
between
you.
laughing at somebody and laughing with them guys. Like, that's completely
Yeah.
different. Like.
Stop.
Yeah. Me, I
You
don't
guys
want.
just
Me, I don't want
like to
the
admit
mob to
it.
come after me again. So me,
You
I'm
You
gonna
laugh
guys
at
keep
just
clowns,
stepping.
like
don't
doesn't mean
like
you're cool
to
with clowns.
admit
Like
it.
you laugh at
Don't
clowns.
no. You
Lads,
guys
you know what
just
he's
don't
saying?
admit it. It's fine.
He's saying you're a clown.
It's fine. He can say whatever, but men have the audacity. So if he wants to, he can. But it doesn't mean it's relevant.
Mm.
That's a little bit of shoeshing, but okay.
I don't know. There's nobody here backing you. You're on your ones here.
It's fine. I don't need people to back me. I back myself.
Chill easy.
Ooh.
Okay.
But let's keep going.
You don't even know where you're from. How are we supposed to take what you say seriously?
Yeah,
Oh my
exactly.
days! Look,
Can't even rate your own
cultured
ends, like.
person. I'm a
Mm.
Don't
cultured.
rate your own people, man. You don't rate
I'm a
them at all,
cultured
man.
person.
So you
It's
like the culture
2021.
from doing and all.
Doing and all, you know.
I said I like the accent. Don't get me wrong. I don't like Irish. Look, guys, you make me sound like I'm hating the entire country. I don't hate the country. I said I
But
don't
then
like
you also
the
said I would
accent.
never marry an Irish guy. What? I love the
I don't
culture.
lie. The
What?
check boxes kind of sound like you don't like this country.
You're not making
It
sense.
does,
Like,
Leslie.
Okay,
You're not
I'm
making
moving.
sense.
Someone book my flight. I'll go to England. Please.
You're acting as if
England.
England will not just.
England
You
is
think
not
England will just
any
welcome
better.
you?
You
had the thing to
England's
make
gonna
America
flame
will.
you.
Why
You're
won't
Because no
they?
matter how
Podcast,
much
man,
you,
you're
no matter how much you're trying to
joke.
push yourself
They
away from this
will.
culture, you have that Irish accent, so they're just gonna see you like one of
Hardly, I'll
us.
just
Look
sound
here.
American. I'll
You're
just put on
saying
an American
men
accent.
men have the audacity from
Yeah,
Ireland.
I am.
Go to England and you'll see real audacity.
You see the real
You'll see
audacity.
real audacity.
Look,
You go see
men
the real
everywhere.
me.
Men everywhere are
Real
scary.
audacity.
Okay, they're
Nah.
Look
scary
here, they're even
everywhere.
scary to us men. You'll see real audacity.
Nah.
Oh my gosh.
Sometimes I
Some
have to
things
scratch
I've
the back of my head
heard,
and look at
some
England
things I've
people and just say,
seen,
nah.
I'm like, fuck me, man. You man are
I'm
finished.
used. Nah, but sorry, nobody can stop America though. That place is a sunken place.
I'm
I
going
always
there,
say,
man.
I've been saying
I'm
on the
gonna move
podcast
there.
that the country is not real.
I'm gonna go to America place, man. I don't care.
You're gonna go
Nah.
there.
I'm gonna go there, man. I'm touching that place, man. I have
You
to
want
Florida.
to?
I
Yes.
can't go there, man.
Yes, I'm
No.
touching
Coming
that.
out
That's
that
how 2
statistic.
weeks in there, we'll see a video of Alfred like a crackhead running across the street in Detroit.
And I'll be enjoying myself, man. God forbid, though.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy.
We only
Anyways,
have
join
10
us.
minutes left of this, so I think we should probably just end it now.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
everyone can stop
So-
attacking me.
Thank you guys so much for joining us for this episode. It was really fun talking to you. So, where can our listeners find you and your podcast?
Okay, so you can find us on Instagram on CMTU_podcast,
Mhm.
YouTube, CMTU, Spotify.
Oh, you have
CMTU.
YouTube.
We have a YouTube now, but I
Oh.
haven't been posting like that. But we'll start posting soon. Start posting. We
Amen.
only made it because we on our episode 50, we actually booked out a
Mm.
proper podcasting studio and we got a video recording of it. So we say we might as
Oh.
well start posting on the YouTube now.
They're expensive
Mm.
though.
Yeah, they are expensive.
Mm.
They're
Learned
peas
that
just for
hard
that
way.
one episode. It was long. I can't lie to you. But you can find me personally on my Instagram, Mayorski with 2 eyes, what am I saying? MAYO
Yeah.
or SKI. 2
Mhm.
eyes.
You can find me
Alfred.
on Young Fredo on Instagram.
Mhm. Bruno.
You can find me breezy.xi on Instagram.
And do you have anything to plug, like any announcements or anything like that that's coming up?
Not really.
Nah, we're just chilling, mate.
This first 6 months, I'm on my grind right now. I haven't really got anything to really drop, but just be watching me on socials because I'll be dropping funny memes, and I'll be a lot more active on socials now because exams. This from the month of January to March, I was basically a ghost on socials. I was only posting for the podcast. You know when you just don't want to post, but you gotta just let niggas know, oh guys, episode is up, goodbye. And it's just kind of like on that wave. But now I'm done college now. I'll be a lot more active there. So you see my personality come out a lot more. But yeah. Yeah, I'm on my grind. I don't really have anything to post, anything to drop right now.
Oh, okay. So anyway, stay tuned for like their episodes and make sure you check out their content on their page as well. And as for us, check out our Instagram, Black and Bold Podcast, our YouTube as well, Black and Bold Podcast, and TikTok, Black and Bold Pod. So once again, thank you guys for joining us. We really, really enjoyed this episode. And let us know if you personally think the boys from CMTU Pod are trash. Let us know if you think there are a few percentage of guys that are not trash. So we actually want to hear your thoughts.
The general consensus for this episode